Important note, Matrim in his future builder, so he's the guy that I post all the builds with. So like Matrim, he was content creator, well, not content creator, he's the person who writes the DDO builder. He's been working on it for a very long time. He's working on a newer version as we speak. No ETA on when it's going to release, but he's working on a newer version. The newer version will have the feature to input like actual build paths in, so you can be like, at this level you do this, and at this level you do this, so I can have like multiple variations of what the enhancement tree looks like as you go. But yeah, so it's not a bad way to do it. In situations where you do have to like reset trees and things, I usually put that in. But for stuff like this where it's pretty straightforward, if you're playing on like the regular server, you can't really make a lot of mistakes. Like if you're playing on hardcore maybe, because maybe your character feels weak at one moment and then you end up dying and it's like a big deal. But if your character feels a little bit weak for one moment in one of the characters, and it may because maybe you went up the wrong tree. Like you were reading the guide, but you went over with Vanguard first before you did Kensai. So because Vanguard doesn't give as much damage, you'll have the stun, but just less damage per hit. So if monsters take a little bit longer, that's not a big deal on the regular server, because monsters take like 2 seconds longer per monster to kill. Big deal. On Hardcore League, that can be a bigger deal, but I don't generally make characters with things that are entirely useless or trees that are entirely useless. And a lot of times, also, it's meant to be like a guideline as well. Like, let's just say hypothetically you see this and you go, you know what? I hate getting killed. I just hate it. So Strimtom, I see you put the Kensai, and you even said, you know, put this here. Kensai, this says damage. That says plus to damage. So you can just infer damage. I hate dying. So this tree, defender is Latin for defense. So you can go here and boom, pick up all the defense, grab all the defense, and never worry about feeling like dying, and then go the other way. It's kind of like a good like framework. But as I said, maybe that's just me trying to weasel out of actually doing anything. Could be somewhere in there. You know, a little 6 of one, half a dozen the other, I guess. Also, what's up? It's Green. How are you? Don't want to learn this school? Yeah. We're learning through recent favorites old build guide from Strim. Oh, and how's it going? How is the build guide going? Don't do that, Strimtom. Strim doesn't know what you don't know. Oh, yeah, that's the other part too, right? So the idea is suggestions of, and again, this is not me trying to like.
Hey, Strim, Brian
oh, hey.
here. I heard things about making your own builds and learning, but I wasn't listening at all. 0%. When
Okay.
are you getting my new build out?
I am getting it out. So thank you for your question. I appreciate that. Good question. No, I was going to say that it's actually kind of funny. You don't know what you don't know. So everybody has things they don't know that they don't know. It's really difficult, and one of the reasons why this full playthrough is nice is because I can upload the whole playthrough on YouTube. So people ask me questions like, "Oh, do you have like general quest tips?" And like, no, I don't have general quest tips because I don't know what to tell you until I'm in the situation. I don't know what you need to know. So I can give you a tip for, like, example, in Argynvost, I'm going to give you a tip for the next room here that's going to save you a lot of time and headaches. But unless I'm doing Argynvost, I wouldn't even know where to put that in a YouTube video. That would be relevant so somebody could even find it. And 2, I wouldn't remember this in the moment. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So in this next room, there's a lever. And I have to pull that lever to advance through the quest. There's also a bunch of wraiths that spawn that cast extremely dangerous, ultra dangerous spells. So what you do is you walk in here, you pull the lever, and you run away. Because the wraiths can't actually move. They are incapable of moving, so they can't actually chase you out of the room. Which means the fact that they chain dispel magic you, the fact that they cast forward wilting, the fact that they cast meteor swarm at this level, very dangerous spells, but I can completely ignore it. I just walked away. That's one of those things. It's a really cool and useful piece of information.
General quest tips by
Put it.
famed guy
I don't know
that
who doesn't know
die
it.
in hardcore at least twice. Number 1, don't die. Hope this helps, folks. Moon 2S.
So yeah, I try to make my videos as beginner friendly as I can, but they're not, you know, and so I try to go over concepts repeatedly through videos. But yeah, it can be difficult to find, you know, the balance for especially everyone. Like, and I'll just give you another example. I made a YouTube video about Wizard. It was the beginner basics video for the Wizard class. And in that video, I went over everything you needed to know about Wizard. What their stats were, how you learned spells with the spell book, what everything about spells meant. What are spell points? How do you get them back? How do you know how many you need to cast? What are spell schools? How do you know what damage or how much damage you do? Stuff like that, right? So all of this stuff. Oh, good. Rip, baby girls. All that information was in the video. And I talked about everything. People told me they really liked the video. They told me it was the greatest video they'd ever seen. Sorry. No, but you know, people thought it was good. It gave you the information you need. Wizards more confusing, so good to go. Good work. And then I had a guy comment on the video saying that they were having trouble because they couldn't cast spells. And whenever they would try to cast spells, the game would tell them that they were missing the required statistic to cast spells. And they didn't know what was going on and that they were level 3. Now the thing is that this means a human person watched my YouTube video, because they said they watched the video, and then played Wizard from level 1 to 3, and didn't put any points in intelligence. And also, this same person apparently didn't have enough intelligence to even know that that's what the game tells you. You do not have enough, you do not have enough spell casting stat to cast the spell. They didn't know that either. So, like, do I have to make a video where, like, I put a big sign and I say this stat, like I did. I said, like, intelligence is your most important stat. You need that as a wizard. And somebody watched the video and still didn't understand until I re-explained it to them again, because I found the comment and I helped them out. And, you know, they were like, "Oh, great! I can change. I can change up my character. I can just make a new one and it'll be better." But I don't know, as content creator, what the exact boundary is for knowing what information people need and what they don't need. So I do my best to put as much presentable information forward. Important note, not that I think that I'm infallible. Of course I'm fallible. I make mistakes all the time. In fact, next time I put up a video, check to see how many editing mistakes you can find. There's bound to be hundreds. Anyway. But yeah, it's just a situation where, like, you know, there's so many ways to figure, or so many ways in which people can make mistakes. And yeah, that's one of the reasons why I could put it in the video, or I could find all that information. But a lot of times it's also something I'm going to think about in the moment, which is why the live stream is good. I live stream here all the time, because this is my job. This is what I do. And so because this is what I do, if you ever have a question about a YouTube video, some of the reasons why I talk about in the video, you know, hey, check out the live stream, because it's the easiest way to get an answer right away. You think to yourself, like, you ask the question of, you know, what level would your tank melee warlock become viable, right? So what level would that be? That's harder to put in the video because it's dependent on a lot of different things. A lot of characters can be, you know, viable depending on what items you have prepped ahead of time, what difficulty you plan on playing on, you know, your skill as a player, how used to the build are you at the point of playing it. There's a lot of questions that have to go into that. It's not as simple as what level is it viable, because if you're playing on, you know, elite, difficult, normal, or hard, the answer is 1, level 1. Every build in the game, no matter what stats or character, are viable at level 1 on normal and hard. All of them, from 1 to cap, are fully viable in all cases. So you need to have information and context about what somebody's playing. Are they playing on Elite? Are they playing on Reaper mode? Are they playing in a group? Are they playing by themselves? Like, what are the things that go into that? So even something as simple as just having, like, a good catch-all answer for, like, oh yeah, you know, you just need this information. It sounds a lot easier than it actually is. It's the unfortunate reality of DDO, but also one of my favorite parts about it is that it's so unique, and there's so many different ways to play, that in some cases there just aren't a lot of good answers to questions. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. That just means that, you know, there's a lot to learn and more to know about it. Time to prep for quests, research the monsters. Oh, learning to prep for quests is so important.
Hello, 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 hello,
Hey.
hello, 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 L trim,
Hey,
L
what's up?
trim, L trim, L
Yo,
trim,
what's up?
L trim, L trim, L trim.
That's
I
me.
see you finally found the
Take
will
beats.
to get off of Path of Exile. Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. Pat yourself on the back. Gigakad, 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 gigakad,
Right.
gigakad, 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 gigakad.
Sweet. I also learned that you can't share Maven completions, which is interesting. So I got them all myself. Character's aspiration, this ability does this? Yes, exactly. Like,
Rip
you're...
bozo, rip bozo, rip bozo,
Damn.
rip bozo, rip bozo,
Damn it.
rip bozo,
Got me
rip
again.
bozo, rip bozo, rip bozo.
On me again. You're absolutely right. It says next to the character creation, this is what this ability does. 100%. You are totally correct. So it's just a situation where there is, no matter what you do, right? Generally, when it comes to giving out information, you're basically casting a net, right? And you get to choose how small you make the net holes, right? So the bigger the holes, the easier the net is to produce. Because if you have really big holes in your net, you're going to miss a lot of fish. You're not going to catch most of the fish, but it's really easy. You know, making a net that's like a 10 by 10 square and it's pretty big, you're only going to catch like big creatures. But at the end of the day, you know, you don't really need to catch all those minnows. But you can put more work in and make smaller and smaller crisscrosses on your net. So you're putting in more information, more detail, more time invested. But you are always going to be missing some fish. Some fish are not going to be able to make it through. And you have to determine for yourself what is the best size of net. And that's the harder part. The knowing that you are going to you're going to miss somebody. Somebody is going to get missed.
Says he went off to steal a potion from a covenant.
Just delete stat requirements to cast spells. They also should delete stat requirements to cast spells. I agree. Because you basically can't cast the spells anyway if you don't have them. Oh, my hireling's gone. Oops. I gotta buy a new hireling when I go to town. Best net is sheet metal? Yeah, it's a fantastic net. Ready to make us come in and kill Maven for you? Yeah. I mean, I didn't have you guys come in and kill Maven. In fact, actually, you missed it, Ludicrous. I killed Dorak. Sorry, not Ludicrous. Cruiser. I killed Dorak and Ludicrous. Good times. You dodge a net, you can dodge a dodgeball? True. But yeah. That would break multi-classes? I don't think it would have any effect on multi-classes. Because you have to remember, if you have a spell that is an offensive spell, you need the spell casting stat for it to work. Not like, you know, to cast it, but like physically for it to work. If your intelligence is 10 and you cast Fireball, you're adding no intelligence to the DC of your Fireball. It doesn't work. So, additionally, you still get spell points from your spell levels. So if you decide to play like multi-class, like Sorcerer, Cleric, a Wizard, where you need Wisdom, Charisma, and Intelligence, and then you have like 10 of each of them, hypothetically, under this new system where you could still cast all of the spells, you could cast the spells, but they would never affect any monsters, because the monsters would pretty much always make their saves, and you'd have a terrible mana pool. But you would still be allowed to cast like defensive spells if you wanted, like Shield or something. Gotcha. I killed both of them. The map was too hard. Yeah, map was too hard. I tried to do an 80% Maven invitation, and the monsters had way too many hit points. I'm gonna try again. People have the way to ask questions to get answers. I find it's not every problem in a build guide, and that's the other thing too. People have ways to answer questions. When people ask me questions on my YouTube videos, I do my best to answer, like reply to comments. And also, that's what the live stream is also for. It's a supplementary piece. Actually, the videos are supplement to the live stream, but you know, it is what it is.
Green eyes shine out at you from the darkness. They regard you with a haughty aloofness.
Is there a quick question? Conflicting info. Can I just take the first class level of an iconic kick out immediately from training and use the +1 heart to change, or you have to go to 15? You have to go to 15 first. You have to go to 15 first. You can't use a Heart of Wood if you're banking a level. You have to go to 15. Yeah, on hardcore you can, but on the regular servers you can't. That's why paladins, barbarians, or not paladins. If you want to play as a Blade Forge, you have to be very specific about the classes you want to play. Because let's just say you want to play a Blade Forge Bard like me. Well, you can't just swap out the first level of Paladin for Bard or something. That doesn't work. You have to instead take your character, level it all the way up to 15, so like 1 Paladin, 14 Fighter. Then you have to change out the Paladin. Then you have to change out your alignment. And then you have to change over all the Fighter levels into whatever new class was restricted, either Bard or Barbarian. Which I can imagine is probably what you were trying to do. Yeah, it's a good way to put it, is that the game doesn't really handle banquet levels well. You're not having enough damage. We'll get there eventually. I'll get enough damage. I see more levels. I want Sylvanas, so Shader Kai and Cleric, but with Barb for past life and Fighter. Okay, so wait, what's the problem though?
Curses. It is time to search their lair.
You can absolutely do what you want to do.
You find a set of vials, which must be the potions of gaseous form described in the journal. They will allow you entry into the magical tower within the treasury.
Sylvanas with Cleric, but with Barb for past life and Fighter Kensai. Yeah, I am confused. I don't see the problem. Oh, I see. You want to do an 8-6-6 split. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. Why do you want Sylvanas and Shader Kai? Is it just because you want the Shader Kai past life? It's very... I'm just really curious about the methodology here. Because, like, Shader Kai past lives are super easy to get. Also, a level 23 just died, and a level 22 died earlier today. Damn, that's 2 people.
Is the smashed remains of a moldering cake. Its sickly sweet smell permeates the wreckage.
I mean, you can just do a Barbarian Shader Kai and just use chains and blow people up. It's extremely effective, and it's a very, very, very fun character to play. Having played it myself. But also, yeah, if you want to do what you're planning on doing, you're out of luck.
You quaff the witch's
Crit Bard. Yeah, Crit Bard's and very good. Barbarian, Cleric, Rogue, very fun. Just blows up everything.
Strength of will alone, you push yourself through the tiny tower window.
Oh, Bard. Barbarian, Bard, Rogue, not Cleric. If you go with Cleric, then you have... If you go with Cleric, then it's going to be Barbarian, Bard, Cleric. Which I guess you could do, but then you'd need the +1 Heart of Wood. If you do Rogue, you don't need the +1 Heart of Wood. Yeah, Super Crit Barbarian, very good. If for those that don't know what the Super Crit Barbarian is, basically, Shader Kai are cool because they get the ability to use this, like, spinning chain attack, which is very powerful. Spinning chain attack being cool and good. And so the gist of it is you level up for the majority of the time as a, because you level, I guess on hardcore, it doesn't really matter. I guess it's on the regular servers, you start at 15. You basically have Barbarian, who gives you tier 5 of the Frenzy Berserker tree for critical multiplier. Bard, which lets you swashbuckle, so you can get super high critical threat range and chance, specifically with hand axes. So you get really high threat range with hand axes, really high crit from Barbarian. So your character at level 15 has like a 14 to 20 times 5 critical, and then when you use your spinning chain attack, it's 13 to 20 times 6. And when you use greater spinning chain, it's 12 to 20 times 7. And at 12 to 20 times 7, you're pretty much guaranteed 1 critical hit per target, and at times 7 damage, nothing lives at all. And all you need for that is 3 Bard, 5 Barbarian, and being a Shader Kai. And that's all you need to get all of that. It's very cool. So which means the other 12 levels are entirely up to you. And if you want to be a Barbarian, you can just stick with Barbarian, go Strength, and keep all the damage in there. I'm going to go get a Hireling real quick before I forget, because it's just a good thing to have. I'm going to jump out to House J real quick. But yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, you can also just do the mull thing. I'm not trying to talk you out of doing the mull thing. I'm just trying to give you options if you don't want to buy a Heart of Wood. That's all. Because buying Heart of Wood costs not $0. I mean, it also doesn't have to cost money because, you know, if you just earn a lot of DDO points like I do, it doesn't cost really any money, just your time. Just your time. That's not a hireling vendor. Yeah, the problem with displacement is it's got a really short duration unless you fit in extend. I should buy more than one Aerith and Sundawn since I'm here. Because the next hireling after this is, I think, 30, so I buy 5 of them so I have a whole bunch so I don't run out. I don't think it's going to take me 5 more hours to get up to level 30, but it might. So without some AoE and chains qualifies. Oh, dude, and the chains is so good. So good. It's actually really funny, because you'll be like, I don't even know how good this is. And you'll try mailing a couple things, and you'll crit pretty hard. Then you press the chains button, and it's so dumb. It's so satisfying. You just press the button, and your guy just whips the chain around, and everything dies. It's like magic. Except it's not magic, because you're just hitting people with a really big chain. It's actually so not magic. It's just brutality. Really. Yeah, and then of course you get haste boost in there, which gives you even more damage. Rethan Sundawn. What does she do? She's got Raise Dead, Implosion, Heal, and Heal. Cool. Oh, I don't need Raise Dead, but she's got 1,500 life, so we should be good.
And if so,
whipping it and everyone turns to gold. Yeah, it gets even better when you get the Gold Curse Dagger. The problem is when you get to the camp, you have to decide, do you want to keep using hand axes because hand axes do amazing damage, or do you just want to use the Gold Curse Dagger like everyone else because the Gold Curse Dagger is the Gold Curse Dagger. It's a weapon that turns monsters to gold when you hit them, which is really, 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 really good. And no, I did not use too many reallys. That's how good it is. Yeah, that's what SSG should do. They should add a Gold Curse hand axe to the game. That's what we're missing. Yeah, we need a Gold Curse hand axe, please. SSG, please. You know what? No. You know what we need? We need a Gold Curse augment. We need an augment that has Gold Curse on it. Okay, thanks, SSG. Give me a Gold Curse augment, please. Just get that so I can slap it into, like, you know, pretty much whatever I want. Also make it so it works on spells, so I can put Gold Curse on an augment effect. You know, maybe just make it one. Maybe they put Gold Curse in one of the Isle of Dread augments. That's the trick. That would work. All right, so I'm going to teach you how to get through this solo. Do the skip solo. Some people don't know how to do the skip here for Mad Tea Party. I'm going to show you how to do this skip solo, where you skip the entire fight with Ezek Strozny. And he still dies, so you get experience, which is fun. But first, you kill all these bad guys. He's only have 3,400 health. Damn, hard mode.
A harsh commanding voice issues
anyway, so we
from
come over
down the
here.
hall on the left and reverberates throughout the Baron's manor.
So we say, hey, what's up, buddy? And then you walk away. He only walks while you're within range of him. So you can actually just leave him here. So, you know, just if you do what I'm doing, where you just quickly run away, he won't actually walk forward and progress through the dungeon, which means then you yourself can go and unlock both of the sides, then come back up, talk, or, you know, kind of lead him down, and then walk out. Free. Members only skip? Sure. Yeah, I can show you how to do members only. Easy. Yeah, because a lot of people do like the puzzle route, and I don't know how to do it. And then everyone that tells me it's faster, it's always slower. So I appreciate that for some it can be faster, where they're like, yeah, if you have 7 people that all have their PhD in Tiburon swab technology, that they're capable of going around the quest and, you know, ripping through each individual puzzle tile at the speed of sound, and they can just do it while walking. They barely even need to slow down. And you have multiple people working in tandem, sure. But I play video games. People don't work together. We're playing video games oftentimes is like herding cats. Anyway, so now the door is open, so I can walk. I can just freely walk past Lady Fiona Watker, but I need Ezek with me. So now I'm gonna go get him and bring him down here. I always started to around level 7. I always feel like I messed up. Around level 7? Why? What's happening? You say you feel like you messed up. What does that mean? What does messed up mean? What's being messed up? Are you dying a lot? Is it taking too long to kill monsters? Are you not sure where to go? Are you running out of mana on spellcasters? We just wait for him to come here. And then that's it. So now, he's going to walk up and trigger the cutscene, and I don't have to fight anything. Nice and easy. And he's also going to die off camera. So you're going to see eventually it'll say make Ezek's Atrocity disappear, complete, because he dies. Pretty cool, eh? Neat little trickerino there. Puzzle at the same time. Yeah. It's faster. It's the only way I know. I will show you the other route. The other route is always faster, but it's also way faster if you have Intimidate or Bluff. If you have Intimidate or Bluff, it's much faster. If you don't have Intimidate or Bluff, you have to do some checks. And I'll show you. So just remind me when I'm done Ravenloft to go there and do it. Yeah, if you have Intimidate or Bluff, you can instantly just walk right through to the end. If you don't, you have to find the book, and the book spawns, I think, in 4 locations, so it's really easy to find. But either way, and then you also just walk to the end. Yeah, you aren't online on Discord and see your status of streaming? Oh, shit, I'm not online on Discord. I am not online on Discord. I don't know how to change that. It won't let me. Okay, I don't know how to change it on Discord. I did it the other day, but when I click the button, it doesn't do anything, so I don't know. I'll figure it out later. I love it when computer programs will, like, just change a basic function. They'll just change it to something else, and they think it's intuitive, but it's not intuitive. There it is. Got it. True, I haven't been online all year. Fact. Fix it. Legendary Gold, Curse Augment, Freeze Augment, and Paralyze Augment. I mean, why not? Just add more stats. Look, at this point, does it really matter like how hard the game is? People just want to play the game and win. So let's just help them. Let's just help them win. Let's help everybody have a good year playing DDO by, adding in a few fun items. Never mind. Apparently, he didn't walk over. He just got stalled and didn't go over to Lady Fiona Vodka. So that thing that I said that I did, apparently I didn't do it. Yep. Yes, I haven't been online all year. I will say over New Year's Eve or over New Year's, I had a lot of people messaging me for different reasons. Just Ezek, there we go. Apparently I had to be here. I had to watch it happen.
Lady Fiona Voctor smiles confidently.
But yeah, I had to
Lady Voctor does a double take. Oh,
I just had a lot of people messaging me, and I was like, I need to take like a break from this for a day, so I did. Gonna cruise solo like you're doing for a past life. Easy, important feats, yeah. You don't need Quicken before level 12, but I would say for level 15 is when I would take Quicken, because you want Quicken for Delayed Blast Fireball and Meteor Swarm. It just feels really good when you cast those spells quick. So those ones are good options. But Evocation Focus, Greater Evocation Focus, Maximize Empower. If you happen to have Past Life Wizard, that's another good option for the extra DCs. And you pretty much just want to get as many Evocation DCs as possible. Because Evocation DCs means that you're going to get full damage against every monster. Full damage means you just a higher percentage of your damage actually makes it through, so you spend less mana while leveling. So I like Evocation, Greater Evocation, Past Life Wizard, Maximize, Empower, Quicken, and Force of Personality as 7 feats during the leveling process. If I'm going fast as a wizard, or as a sorcerer. All right. Now, always kill Vargas Vlahovic, because he's a bad guy too. They both did a bunch of crimes. They're both guilty, so we kill them both. That's the way I think about it. This guy's evil. She was evil. They're all evil. Kill them. Kill them all. Need more double strike.
The lady and the baron lie undone by one another's schemes.
Okay. The lady and the baron are dead. It's like a Disney movie. The Lady and the Baron. It's like the Lady and the Tramp.
What monster lunatic will come forth to rule
need more
Vallaki
points.
now?
I'm gonna stick with Fatesinger for now. Again, I think that Fatesinger is not the best for the end game, but I think that for what I'm trying to do now, Fatesinger is pretty good. Get some more money. On 12 ring for level 32. Oh boy. It is kind of funny that all the quests that used to grant level 30 gear now all grant level 32 gear because the level cap increased and the level of the quest was higher than what we were able to do. All right, Amber Temple. Time to do another Amber Temple guide. If you haven't seen the first Amber Temple guide, you're going to see the second one. With the shout bug, I'm not going to take the shout. I'm going to take the thing where I get a 6-second stun on, what was it? The Blade of Discord. Although I could use the shout bug. I just don't have Quicken, so it's really annoying to try to cast shouts as a melee. It feels like there should be more than one way to complete it. Yeah, the quest is full of optionals, and it is pretty cool to do. I just haven't done the whole optionals in a while. When it first came out, I remember doing every optional every time. But it's been a while since I've done that. All right. I was watching this Toon series on YouTube and had 2 questions regarding the things you mentioned during it. Great. I got answers. I might not have answers, but I hope I have answers. Oh, this is hard, so there's less monsters. Cool. So first, you want to check for the password Marak. So we got to find it. It may miraculously be down here. Also, I was checking that corner because there's 4 flame skulls that spawn here on Elite. 2 here and 2 here. It looks like only 2 spawns. There's half the spawns on Elite. Difficulty on hard mode. I'm not used to playing Ravenloft on hard, so forgive me. See that jumping breaks it? Ah, good call. Good idea. Is their damage not reduced by MRR? Nope. Force damage is unaffected by magic resistance rating. If you mouse over it, you'll notice the word force is absent. Force and untyped bypass all forms of magic resistance rating and magical damage reduction, which makes them the most dangerous. Which is why you got to be careful about that. This is also one of the reasons why Force traditionally was one of the better damage types in the game, because a monster, let's just pick like a demon, demons resist basically every element in the whole game, but not Force, it just bypasses everything. However, things have changed for 2 reasons. Number 1, pretty much every Force spell in the entire game is bad. Bad targeting, bad damage. Also, if you don't want to get hit and take a bunch of damage, avoid these black spots. The black spots are where the thing shoots at the big spells. Anyway, but Force damage spells traditionally are very, very bad in comparison to other spells. Like Fireball, very good. What does Force get? Force missiles, which is single target and does less damage than Fireball. So, you know, it's hard to make the argument for it actually being useful. In comparison. Second, element immunity bypass is really easy to get now. Pretty much every single spellcaster will have one way to bypass immunity or other. Alchemists, sorcerers, and druids obviously get the best, so it's really easy for them. So they don't need to worry about having force damage. Hug the left wall here. If you jump or walk in the middle, the floor breaks, but if you hug the left, it doesn't break. And so since a lot of characters can bypass resistances and immunities, it's not a big deal to have something that bypasses resistances and immunities, which obviously makes your force spells a lot worse. However, they get even worse. Now, one of the standard ways in which people are able to reduce monsters' defenses is by using items that reduce physical and magical resistance rating of monsters. They'll use debuffs, basically. A raid boss will have minus 55 to 60 physical and magical resistance rating at pretty much all times when people are there. That is basically like an increase by 50 to 60% in damage that people deal to them. But not for force damage, unfortunately. And that is why there are no force casters at endgame. But so force as a player effect is not really very good, but force as an endgame effect, or as a damaging effect on you, is horrific, and it's terribly dangerous. Anyway, you cast any restore on him, that's why I have this wand, and he gets his memory back, and he gives you Mavris. If you have search, you can go this way. I don't have search, so I have to go through the front door. There actually are a few ways to get force resistance, Gray-Eyed Blonde. but they're very, very rare and very, very hard to come by. It's mostly pieces of raid gear that gives force resistance, although in the past couple of years, they have added a few items that give force resistance. There's an artifact in Sharn. There is it's an artifact necklace that gives force absorption. Hey, it's right here. That's fun. There is a the artifact necklace. The Zarashak ward has force absorption. There's the shield, the Bulwark of Snow out of Feywild. It's a tower shield that has force absorption. I'm trying to think of other non-raid items that give force absorption. I think that's it. And then every other thing that gives force absorption is a piece of raid gear. So you've got the Strap of Scale, a belt from riding the Stormout, which gives force absorption. You also have Unyielding Sentinel, grants force absorption as well. Mantle of the Sentinel, which is very nice. Very, very essential for any type of tank. And I think that's it. Oh, Zarrigan says force absorb filigrees. There you go. Oh, yeah, and then bears get it. Bears get force absorption, which is cool. Kinetic Sphere has force absorption. Well, that's fun. Oh, yeah, the Stable Stone. I forgot about the Stable Stone. How did I forget? And the Ring of the Mire. To be fair, I never would have thought of the Ring of the Mire. Anyways, that's all of the reasons is why there's like literally a list of like 5 items that give you force absorption and a few effects in the game as to why force damage can be dangerous when it comes into you. Even though the damage is lower than another spell effect, like let's just say a monster casts a fireball at you and casts a force spell at you, the fireball will do like double the damage of the force spell, but the force spell is still more dangerous because the fireball is reduced by magic resistance rating, has a save, and hits your resistances. Whereas the force damage you just take it. You gotta deal. Like, force damage is have enough hit points or die, in a lot of cases. So hopefully that cleared that up. And if you have another question, I will do my best to answer that as well. Current force spells will save, some of them.
A druid kneels on top of one of the huge vats. Protected by mystic wards, she is completely absorbed by her touch.
Not all of them. Tons of force effects aren't will saves. One of my favorites is inside of the absolutely fun quest, Tavern Brawl. The final boss, Fortis, has a force AoE, Eldritch Tempest. No saving throw, knocks you down, and does about 7,000 damage in R10. Which is very fun. Question about your Poison Alchemist build. Was the purpose when the two are fighting? It gives you more hit points. That's why.
Hey Strim, quick question. If you were a homeless shelter, what kind of homeless shelter would you be?
I would be the kind that has, like, you know, soup and beds and, you know, helps some people stay safe as well as, you know, taking proper investment into things that help people in different, depending on the situation that they're in, whether it's people who have drug use or problems, or just people who have difficulty finding like a good place to stay and make sure they have a place to sleep. However, the food quality, for whatever reason, would be like not great. It would be like pretty low, and also the same food every day. So I would put a lot of time and care into many important things that affect people's health, but then the general like feeling of actually going to the place, it just wouldn't be as comfortable as a lot of other places, because that's just the type of person that I am. I am helpful when needed, and I can do my best to assist those in need, and I will do it to the best of my ability, but I'm just not a very comfortable person, and I don't put a lot of stock into my own self-care. Question. You mentioned strength checks are mostly borked. In which sense they require save level values? Versus hammer drop things? Is this true? All of those. If it is a strength save, so the answer is whoever the people are that put the strength saves in the game, just set the strength checks at the same value as what you would need for a saving throw, making all of them basically impossible. So, Cyclonic Blast? Yes. Gust of Wind? Yes. Snare? Yes. Web? Yes. Entangle? Yes. Glue Bomb? Yes. Bear Traps? Yes. Hammer drop ability from Titan bosses and Master Artificer? Yes, but that can be blocked by knockdown immunity, so that one is not a big deal. And I don't want to fight these because they're oozes. And they will break my weapons. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to run away. Yes, Deadshot. The reason why I do that is because they give you hit points. If you read the heroic durability feat, it says for every melee combat style feat you take, you gain 25% more hit points per level, basically. So by taking the combat style feat, it just gives you 25% more hit points per level. Pretty good. Right, think about it like this. You get 6 health per level on an alchemist. So that means by taking that feat, you get an extra 1.5 health per level on top of that. Yeah, and there's no prerequisites. Anyone can get it. It's just better than toughness, because toughness is 1 health per level. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Serenist Elf has it. It's the it's just pretty much impossible for you to get any of those rolls properly. So you can kind of just ignore them or have a way to break out of the effect. And that's one of the reasons why Harper Pin is so good. It does allow you to break out of many of those effects. Must fight my way through monsters. I think devs could fix Force Escape by copying second wind effects. Oh, dude, Force Escape is a spell I haven't thought of. Do I think they could do it? Well, the answer is I think they could do it. I just don't think they care. Like, fixing Force Escape and changing it to be like one of the better effects is probably such a low priority. It probably doesn't even matter. Especially considering the fact, like, I actually think that Force Escape would be an interesting concept for a usable feat. Like, if that was actually a thing that functioned in the game. As opposed to it basically not doing anything. That would be kind of cool. But also, because Harper Pin is so easy to come by, once every 5 minutes, you really don't get crowd controlled that much, especially with like a good placement. Like if you're just standing in the right place, usually you're not going to get crowd controlled that much. And there's also a lot of ways to avoid certain types of crowd control. Now, that's not always the case, but like as an easy example, I drink protections from evil potions to keep myself protected from the spell Greater Command, which happens all the time in epics. So I'm chugging these potions. In theory, I could use Forced Escape, but also this works just as well. So good preparation can go around that. I'm not saying that they couldn't fix it, or they shouldn't fix it. If they did, that would be great. Make the game better. I don't like the fact that there are feats in this game that are traps, effectively. That taking them isn't really helpful for you, but you wouldn't know that until you take them and try them out, or if somebody tells you that a feat is actually a trap.
A chill wind blows down from the slope as you approach Yester Hill. Dark, ominous clouds gather high above. A strange rhythmic chant can be heard.
Yeah, Webline Snare also, you can just block it by holding block. If you hold block when a guy starts snaring you, you don't actually get knocked down, which is very convenient and will protect you from death on many occasions. Are there any other effects that can remove all CC on self? Technically, fun fact. So the worst enhancement tree in the game is the Harper Agent. If you go to 41 points, there's no exceptions to this. It is just the worst one. And what makes it even worse is this effect, Harper's Freedom. It dispels most detrimental effects from you and adds plus $10 saving throws. Very cool, right? No. This actually shares a cooldown with the Harper Pin. How hilarious. Anyway, so yes, there are multiple effects that do that. This one, Second Wind. It doesn't break everything on you, but it does break stun. So Second Wind from Fighter will break you out of stun. Tier 5 of the legendary Dreadnought tree has a cleave that also breaks all crowd control on you. It's one of my favorite abilities. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the Tier 5 cleave, which is fantastic. And then there's the Harper Pin, and I think that's it. Are there any others? Find a rune arm from the store? Don't buy the rune arms from the store. Rune arms are really easy to come by. You just have to, like, depending on your level range, I can give you recommendations, but don't buy the rune arms from the store. Most of the early game rune arms are unbound. You can find them on the auction house. The season rule effects work correctly, right? So it's just force escape that's utterly borked? Yes. Good old forced escape. There's a time where I wanted to use that on a build because it deals like a bunch of damage and I thought it'd be kind of cool. But the problem with forced escape, just conceptually, is it deals damage when you get crowd control, which is a horrible way to get, like, to figure out how to play the game, because you're like, yeah, dude, whenever I get crowd controlled, I'm gonna explode, boom, and then all of a sudden all the nearby monsters are gonna take so much damage. And it sounds like really, really cool. But also, you know what's better than that? Doing damage to monsters without needing to be crowd controlled. Force escape is only good when you get crowd controlled, which means most of the time it's not good. And when you get crowd controlled, you're already in a disadvantageous position because something bad just happened. It's the same reason why guard effects aren't really very good in DDO, because, or like anything that says when you get hit, you do X. Unless it's like a defensive bonus, generally something that when you take damage, you deal damage is not going to be very good in DDO because taking damage is bad. So, you know, there are exceptions, of course, but essentially you want to use the 10-to-1 ratio for DDO. Not other games don't need to be as bad, but for DDO you definitely need the 10-to-1. So what that means is if something happens when you get hurt, it needs to be 10 times better than something you can do already. So, for example, if an ability says deal the X amount of damage to a monster, that needs to be 10 times more than the damage you deal. If that makes sense. Hello, there's a range variant of Smite Evil bugged. I played one Bow Paladin, and when I played Bow Paladin, Smite Evil was like one of the best abilities that I had. So I don't know. I don't think it's bugged. I know that there was an issue with the base Smite if you didn't upgrade it, where it wasn't adding, I think it was like Paladin level to damage when they had it in beta when they were testing it out. But I thought that got fixed, but I'm honestly not sure. Ooh, but I never used the base Smite anyway. I always use Exalted Smite because it's one of the best attacks you can get as Bow Paladin or Range Paladin. So what's up, Chris? How are you doing? How are you now? That's right, Detroit. Is there another druid? Yeah, there is. Hey, druid. Guess what, bastard? You're dead. If you're a barbarian or rogue and have a business will save, it's awesome. Spells that are bad. A total feat tier list is an interesting idea. The problem is most feats are bad. Like almost every single feat in DDO you should never take. So, which is weird. But there's so many of them that have basically no use. And you might be wondering, you know, how come something like that would be left in the game for so long? It's like, it's not really, there's no simple answer to this question. So I'll try to put it in the best way that I can. There are a lot of bad and useless feats in this video game. And it's not because the developers don't care. They do try to retroactively update feats. The problem is, they have like 2 or 3 people working on this problem in total. So addressing some of these issues will take time and they have to prioritize where they go. So things do get updated and feats do get improved. So for example, there's the tie-in in Grandmaster Flowers where if you have Discipline, you get additional stats. It's actually not that bad. It makes Discipline a pretty good defensive feat. And in some cases, especially if you have these 2 feats here, Discipline is literally better than Bulwark of Defense, an epic feat. So, or like better than taking epic damage reduction. So there are a lot of cases in which some of these older feats do get updated and changed over time. Problem is, a lot of them are still not very good, and some part of that also happens to do with like a meta shift, where the meta will change and certain feats don't become as good. For example, several years ago, there was a time where basically every single person who was playing the game on any type of range character needed to have improved precise shot. It was pretty much an essential feat. I say that nowadays, improved precise shot is a lot more optional just because there are many ways to get more damage per shot, to the point where with enough damage per shot, you can just kill stuff quickly with your actual attacks without needing necessarily improved precise shot. Especially considering with the addition of Reaper mode and the scaling of like epic monsters, a lot of ranged characters are going to be focused on shooting the boss anyway as their kind of primary focus. And when you're shooting the boss, it doesn't matter if you can shoot through targets or do AoE, that's not your job. And so a feat like improved precise shot, which used to be really good, has fallen out of favor a lot. So it's also just interesting based on like the meta and how things go. But to give you the short list as to how which feats you should ignore, basically almost the list is pretty much almost exclusively in the epic feat list, and by that I mean the epic destiny feat list. There's a bunch of stupid useless epic destiny feats that don't do anything. The escape you were talking about, what's the other one, blades, spectral blades, there's a couple more that are just garbage. They're just worthless. DD work made a few reasonable? Yeah. So they've done some stuff. Pretty good. Looking for random gen armors for people to glamour. Nobody ever has them? Well, yeah. It's difficult to find all the randomly generated armors, man. Because you just sell them out of the game instead of checking them. Which you could.
The freed raven flies off. The ward's magic
Dreamscape. I forgot about Dreamscape. Holy shit. You think it would be very useful if you made it someday? Yeah, probably. And I don't hate the idea. Oh god, improved fortification? Yep. Like, Mithril Body is another one that is completely useless.
Flapping wings and frantic caws can be heard from the ruined building to the northwest.
Which is counterintuitive because you're like, well, what else am I supposed to take on a rogue? A Warforged rogue? The answer is nothing. You don't take any armor feats. Dreamscape was necessary. True, but the problem I have with Dreamscape being necessary in that case is that Dreamscape, especially in that case, is... what's the best way to put it? You're not using it for the effect of Dreamscape where you pop off to another world to gain a benefit and then the bonus is what you want. You want it for the pop off to another world because it gives you immunity. Yeah. So, it is cool that Dreamscape was used for a purpose. It is unfortunate that people don't use Dreamscape for the purpose it was designed. Look at I'm in the mirror. GTR cache is a mess. Yeah, it can be difficult to have like the right, especially just sorting out your cache in your shared bank. But hey, did you know they were giving away 10 more? Was it 10 more, 20 more bank slots with that promotion? The Raptor. Oh god, the Raptor promotion. Also, our daily gold rolls are going away today. So don't forget, do your daily gold rolls. If you didn't read the title of this live stream, daily gold rolls are going away today. After today, there will be no more. You'll still have your weekly gold roll for VIP, but the daily is going away. There's been no announcement as to what the new things coming for VIP are. If I had to guess, that SSG was cooking something up and they will announce it at the anniversary. No, Shrimp, did you know there's a bug in this quest? You can target the Magi barriers in the sky and with A and open them and skip a lot of the quest. Yeah, but you have to talk to the ravens. If you don't talk to the ravens, then you don't finish the quest and it breaks. And also, if you do that, you have a chance of doing things out of order and causing the quest to never complete.
One of the wards protecting Babalasaga's hut. Famous.
I did know that. I just don't like telling people about that because every time the quest has bugged out for me, where sometimes the ravens don't capture properly, it's because people do that. And so then you have to repeat the quest because somebody wants to do their cool trick they want to show somebody. Like I said, every time the Raven has bugged out is because somebody went to Baba's Hut first. I'm not saying that you can't do it without it bugging out. I'm just saying that has happened to me many times, and I'd rather just not like tell people about that possibility. They don't have it happen to themselves. Yeah, your scarecrows, you bastards, go. Eat me. I wish I could critically strike you better, but I can't. I can't even hit that well because my hit chance is too low. I need this character to hit level 29 so I can just throw on a plus 15 weapon and be a little bit better at hit chance, but yeah, it is what it is. I'll also be able to get Great Ballads of War for plus 3 to hit and damage soon. And also Flickering Flame for plus 3 to hit and damage. The hit chance is so impactful for this build.
What must be Baba Lysaga's hut, but the magic mists that swirl around the building prevent you.
Yeah, it doesn't happen too often or every time. It's just like you don't really save any time. I guess technically you save the run back if you do it out of order. But like,
a rank smell fills your nostrils as you enter the surprisingly spacious hut.
Oh, I'm knocked down.
The Raven makes a commotion in the northeast corner. As the Raven flies toward the exit, it says,
there's a trick to not getting knocked down in here, so you can do this faster. I just don't know what it is.
This hut is more
that one I don't know. I don't know how people do that.
A deep groan reverberates from the floorboards as the gem is removed. Then a hunched figure.
Wait, what? Oh, I need cold iron? I think I need cold iron to bypass her DR. He made my save? Oh my god. Amazing. That's unexpected outcome. Should have given us some communication for now. Like this is problem with SSG? Yes, lack of communication is a persistent problem. Strimtom Games has improved the game immensely over the years. DDO is a way better video game than it used to be. As somebody who's been playing it the entire time. Something that has never improved from Strimtom Games in pretty much the entire time I've played has been communication. SSG is a company that has basically no communication with their player base when you compare them to most other companies in the same space. They don't telegraph things. They don't get people excited when they have a deal, a sale, a new expansion, a new release. They tell you like a very short window ahead of time. They don't telegraph anything. When there's large changes, oftentimes they won't even mention them and they'll just show up on Lemania. So then people go like, whoa, what's going on? You know, so people find out that there's major nerfs coming to the game through Lemania as opposed to just hearing about it in any other possible place. I get one more point to spend, huh? I guess I pick up MRR. Sounds good. 2 weeks notice, that's me. Yeah, we've been getting patch notes a day ahead of time. Actually, I will say, it's not fair for me to say they haven't improved. We do get patch notes the day before the patch now. We used to get patch notes usually during the patch or after the patch was in the game, we would get the notes. Now we get them the day before the patch, which is very cool.
Perched on a snowy hillside, the Abbey of St. Mock. At long last, your journey has brought you here.
Are you DDO not being on the up and up bar communication? Oh yeah, like I said, the game's doing good. I have a lot of fun, and even though there are some things that can go awry from now and then, like the big bank thing, the game's still better, and the new bank is better than the old bank. So you know, once they get it figured out, it's fine. It's just frustrating that you have to go through the growing pains of it not being figured out.
A blessing lies hidden here, where
Need the
flesh
key.
is forged into new
Owlbears.
forms.
Actually just broken? I don't think so.
Bestial figures look up as you approach.
Yeah, well, like I said, pretty much every for the past like couple of years we've had good patch note timing. Give themselves much time internally to do it, so they just rush headlong into releases. Yeah, I also don't know. I have to assume
What do you
the
need
answer is
patch
money.
notes for? Just get in game and press the buttons.
Honestly, true. And that's the other thing too, is a lot of people don't even read patch notes. I read patch notes because I'm very in with the game experience. many of you likely read patch notes, but there's a huge chunk of populations that don't read like any patch notes. An easy example of which is a friend of mine who I play a bunch of games with. I played Destiny with him, some other stuff. We've been playing he's been talking about the new Pokemon game. But when we play games, he like doesn't read the patches. He just like logs in and plays the game, which is not a bad thing. Just that's what he does. He just turns on the game, plays the game, turns off the game. That's how it goes. And there's a good sizable portion of people that don't want to be bothered to actually read the patch. They just kind of like jump into it. For me, that's actually very beneficial because it means when there's new content, people have to come to me to go, hey, Strimtom, I didn't do the reading, the required reading for today's class because I didn't read the patch notes. Tell me what's new. And then people watch my show. So when there's new patches, it's kind of good, actually. There you go.
Strange whoops and unnerving screams echo from the floor below.
So yeah, a lot of people, and especially if you watch the live stream, you don't really need to even read the patch notes because most of the time, if there's anything important, you can just jump in chat and be like, yo, is anything good in the patch? And I'll be like, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. And you go, oh, okay, cool, that's it, done. You have all the information you need about the patch. I want to hydrate. I'm just out of water. I picked up my cup and I'm out. I gotta go get some more at the water store.
Strange creatures burst from behind the doors.
Change the whole mod. Good luck. It's really funny.
Hey Strimtom, I missed the patch notes for the past 8 years.
Okay.
Can you get me up to speed? Thanks, Gage.
You got it. They changed the whole game. Good luck. I hope that helps and gives you all the information that you need. I know, it's pretty cool.
A hatch
It's
in
pretty
one
cool.
corner of the room leads down into the cellar.
I do like a lot of the fun little Christmas emotes. They're all gonna get changed back. Cruiser has already said that he's on the case. He's just not feeling good. He's been sick for like a week, and so he's just he's not on it. And I'm not gonna do it because I'm lazy. Oh, I'm done with work. Yo, take care, Arena. Enjoy your drive. Drive safe. Stay out of the snow. It's not snowing here. Everything's melting. We had a major amount of snow before Christmas time, and it was just snow, snow, snow every day. I was out shoveling and a whole bunch of stuff. It actually delayed my stream on more than one occasion because there was just so much snow coming down. I had to take care of it. And now it's all melting because it has been doing nothing but raining the past, like, 2 days. It is what it is. Sometimes the snow comes down, and sometimes the snow goes away. If you're wondering why I'm not fighting the monsters, it's just because the shadows they're annoying to keep track of. Like, they're just straight up running away and going random directions, so I'm not gonna waste my time chasing them down. Oh, nice. That's fun. I've always wanted to be a floating voice in a car, and then I've been a floating voice in many people's cars, and I'm pretty sure Deadshot still just keeps me in the background while they're driving. So, and then has to answer field questions from strangers who go like, "Yo, what the heck is that? What's that boring dribble I hear in the background?" Like, oh no. DDO year in review? Good question. I have no idea. Yeah, I got the red salamander ring. It's pretty good. This is the one that I use as well. It had so many new spells. Controlled fireball?
A decrepit shrine overlooks a small, tranquil pool.
Give my best
You open
GPS
the
quotes.
gate and
All
let
right.
Irina into the shrine.
There you are. This
In
seems
300
so
meters,
familiar, but
get into the
I'm
left
sure
turning
I've
lane
never been here
that is
before.
third from the left
Did you bring
to
the
turn
sunset?
right onto
I
Abbott
feel
Street.
that it somehow holds the key. Irina takes the sun sword.
Is it better to
and
plus 2
tenders
critical threat range, plus 2 grit multiplier,
shrine.
barb build with great axe? There's no good answer for that question. So the answer is, are you using the Fury of the Wild, and are you a half-orc? If you're using Fury of the Wild, you get an ability called Adrenaline, which makes it so you always crit. And if you're a half-orc, you get an ability called Raging Crush, which always crits. At which point, crit multi is pretty much going to be better because, well, you always crit, so it doesn't matter how often you crit. You just press the button and boom, you crit. The problem is that if you don't use those things, so you don't want to be a Fury of the Wild, and you don't want to use half-orc, then the range is going to be better, because without the range, you're basically never going to see crits happen, so you're going to be just like, basically beating a monster, doing little damage, and then you get that big ×5 and you kill it.
Oh, we were to be married so long ago.
So,
Blessed pool called your spirit to me.
if you do happen to do a DDO, you should get SSG Strimtom to join you for it. SSG Strimtom, hilarious. If your Airch is still a thing, no, because they changed Sharadi Champions so that you get a separate effect. So they have, I don't remember what it's called. Super Shot or something.
Hey,
and so it's the same thing.
Brian, I am missing one corpse in Stormvold's mine. Can you tell me where it is?
Yeah.
Thanks.
It is, the corpse that you're missing is near the jets, like in the lightning trap. Right near the beginning of the quest, there's like jets in the lightning trap, and up there where you get the key that lets you through the door, a lot of people usually forget the one that's there. I will do members only after this, yeah. I'll do it before I go get water, just so I really don't forget. But yeah, just ranged characters don't use Fury of the Wild because they added an attack in Sharadi Champion that is the same thing as the Fury of the Wild, but range specific.
Change directions to the nearest smaller than normal but more pricey than average yet more mediocre burger serving burger spot.
Oh my god, that's so specific and so good. That's very funny. I'm just waiting for the treasure chest. What is it called? Hunt's End. That's what it's called. Hunt's End. So instead of Adrenaline, you get Hunt's End. And then they're different because you can have certain things tack onto Hunt's End that don't tack onto Adrenaline. So like Adrenaline has like a stun, whereas Hunt's End has... I think actually Hunt's End just does damage. I think Hunt's End is technically worse than Fury in the fact that... or Adrenaline, because it doesn't have like a stun modifier. But I think Hunt's End is also way better because it works with improved size shot, so it just fires through everything. Yo, what's up, Bismilk? How are you? R.I.P. Silverfist. Silverfist just died. Their death, level 11. It's very sad. And now, I get my Saga bonus, which is why I was doing these quests in the first place. Getting the Epic Saga bonus, which is nice. Need my points. Claim reward tier. And 147,000 XP. Oh, yeah, that's an extra point right there. Alright, Great Ballads of War. Plus one to hit and damage, I'll take it. Alright, so, you wanna know how to do members only? I'll show you how to goddamn do members only. How do you use 2-weapon fighting with Hunt's End like the Sharadi hire? Great question. Damn it, I went to the wrong place. And Mr. Lightning Sky is alive? Oh, he is. Absolutely he is. Also, thank you for your very, very kind gift. You got me a video game called Titan Quest. When I mentioned earlier today on stream, Ipsum bought me a video game called Titan Quest. Many people in chat said, oh, Titan Quest? Yeah, I don't know, dude. I played that once. It wasn't that good. He was like, it was okay, I guess. So I'm very excited to try it out. Well, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that was the local reaction. All right, members only. How do you do members only? Quick. Here we go. Pay attention. I swear to God, if you stop looking at the screen. All right, so there are 2 ways to do this quest. Basically, left and right. By going left, your character is going to be having to work through a puzzle-solving path where you fight a bunch of monsters, then you have to solve a puzzle. If you go right, you don't have to solve any puzzles. So, I'm going to show you in detail how you get through this, and I'm going to show you how I do this.
Hello Strim, I was driving and hear a meek. Monotone voice tell me to merge
I will
onto
wait for
the
this to
third
finish
left
before I do
lane
this.
and turn right.
Yep.
I am now in a 5-car pileup crash and will be suing you for damages. Right now several people are angrily asking me why I merged onto the sidewalk and then pulled a hard right into the Denny's drive though. I told them Strim told me in 300 meters to do just that, and now they are getting very angry at me. Sag.
Very true. That example where it was the third left lane to turn right, that was because I was in Boston and there was an actual road that was 8 lanes across, and I had to go into the third left lane to turn right onto another street that was actually still left. I had to turn left, but it was a right left. Very confusing. Okay, so here's how you get through members only. You need to find a book. So you talk to this guy, I'm ready to go through the quest. So why do you need to find a book? Because right here, through this door, is Chuffy Chuffton. This is a straight line to the end of the quest. Straight through here. The problem is to get through, you need to get past Chuffy. There are 3 ways to get past Chuffy. First, if you have Bluff, you simply walk over to Agatha, do the Bluff, and then talk to Chuffy. That's it. So if you have Bluff, this is instantaneous, you're done the quest. You just talk to her, go talk to Chuffy, and it's over. You're right here. If you have Intimidate, instead of talking to the lady there, you talk to the lady here. You say hi, Intimidate, and boom, you are through. Now let's just say you have no skills like me. What you need to do is find the book Desire in the Dark. You can spawn in many places. First, it can spawn here, so check here. Take a copy of the book. If it doesn't spawn in here, it can spawn upstairs in this room on one of these tables. It can be over here, it can be over here, it can be over here. So you basically come upstairs and do a sweep for the book, looking for the book. If you don't find the book can be here in the kitchen. So you just do a sweep through the kitchen, looking for the book. I'm just gonna sweep, no book, no problem. And then the book can only spawn in one more place. Here. Come down here. The book can spawn on this table, or the book can spawn up here. And this is the route that takes you to the puzzle route. So obviously, if you get here and you can't do the skill path, it's a little unlucky because you'd have to check everything else. But if you have Intimidate or Bluff, it's nearly instantaneous. You just grab the book, come over here, or talk to one of those other characters if you have the skills for it. Talk to Chuffy, show him the book, and he goes, yeah, you got it.
You can now make your way to the
And that's it. And now I just fight literally through a combat hallway, and the quest is over. What's the DC on the Bluff and Intim? I have no idea. If you actually have points in Bluff and Intimidate, it's not that hard. My character just has no points in Bluff or Intimidate, and I'm a fighter. So, like, on any Sorcerer or Warlock, you should be able to make the Bluff or Intimidate checks, like any Charisma-based character. But I'm a Warforged fighter with low Charisma, so I didn't put points in either of them, so yeah. So that's one room of Combat Hallway. This is room 2 of Combat Hallway. And my damage sucks, so don't use this as your basis for distance. And then this is room 3 of Combat Hallway. And that's it. I guess it's 4. Room 4, because I can't count. Full split Arcanotech. Get them out of here. Important note, you can also ignore these monsters if you want to go real fast. The fast way is you just run through and ignore all of them. Come up here into this room, and this is the final boss room, and then you just let everything come to you as you melee it. Kill him in the melee ball. Ballista on a spider. If you've never done the Soul Splitter chain, I am a huge fan of it. I love it. I would definitely recommend it. And that is how you do the quest the fast way. So we've been explaining everything and showing you exactly what to do. This quest, the fast way, if you know how to do it, is about 1:20 to 1:30. If you have damage to kill the final boss, obviously. Even explaining the whole concept took me just 5 minutes total, while waiting a minute for the thing.
You're now free to search for
That's sunken chains, dude.
Oh,
Quality strength. Stunning shatter, insightful seeker. What A piece of
Armed with this
equipment, man.
knowledge, you can start tracing the Soul Split Warforged back to their source.
Hell yeah. Big fan of that. Anyway. Now I'm gonna go get some water because I'm thirsty. How expensive is this? Like $1 million. Also, I can get the resonance. Divine resonance. 5 PRR and 1 strength. Martial, strength. 10 melee power? Fudge, I should have taken this. Why didn't I do this first? Well, we'll do that later. You know what I should do? I gotta go to Ravenloft, actually. Ravenloft. I'm gonna do Sharn, I think, as my next quest chain to do. Either that or like Isle of Dread, but Isle of Dread is like kind of spooky. Just for endgame, because there's like a few things I can't really deal with. I think I'm gonna do Sharn next. Because it also just gives me more Sharn materials generally if I want to craft something. And a few more pieces of the puzzle. But I have to talk to this guy. You never realized how cringe they were? You didn't? Did you think the Hey You Pikachu commercials were just the coolest when you were a kid? Yo, dude, Pikachu really talks to you. Hey, Pikachu. Oh my god, he's walking around. What? Oh, dude. Good times. What you need to remember is that you say you realize that the N64 commercials that when you were younger were cringe. Lucky. When you were younger, you were cringe. We were all cringe. It was the time. That's what we did. We cringed all day and we cringed all night. We cringed in the morning and we cringed at night. It was a complicated situation. You're trying to, evolve and grow and be a better person. But realistically, you just become more and more cringe as time goes on. Oh, the fate of those of us who live. I pulled a Mythic 3 Reflective Bloodstone. Are you joking? I wasn't even looking at the loot. And a non-mythic Warden's Crime Pendant, which is not bad. I lose the spell saves, but I gain Con and Deadly, which is, kind of good. Only when you were younger? True. Some people have been cringe for many, many years. Where's the docs? There it is. Yep. It's just what happens. Sometimes you do things in the past that are embarrassing. It's the reason why there's the subreddit, the Blunder Years, that exists. Where they're not your wonder years, they're your blunder years. So you post pictures of yourself when you were a kid, and you made interesting decisions when it comes to fashion, or haircut, or activity decision.
You appear underwater, encased in a magical bubble of air.
Who's this? A cringe man will always think he is based, but a base man is truthful to his cringe self.
No doubt she's one of
True.
the crew sent to salvage
Straight up.
the ship's cargo.
I gotta say, it is a deeply satisfying trend where people will just take, pictures of people and then put quotes on them that aren't true. Like in this scenario. Yeah, I'm not much of a rhymist. Actually, I have no idea how hard Sharn is going to be with this character. Hopefully not too bad. He seems okay.
Containers
Beating people up.
salvaged from the sunken ships
Question about Raid Loot. A selected goggles of time sensing from the Intercross Group Raid. According to the wiki, Heroic and Legendary have haste boost, but Epic does not.
The Sahuagin must have taken Vaughn's cargo inside the cave.
I don't know.
Step out of the water.
I can check.
Cool haven. It seems that the Sahuagin have created.
The answer is
some
in the
sort of
game. It's in the game
magical
code, so I
barrier
can take a
ocean.
gander for you.
A
Okay, let me look it up.
Sahuagin standing atop a rock high above
Goggles
sounds
of
the
time
alarm.
sensing. The wiki wouldn't be wrong.
You've made enemies of the Daggermore, he croaks. More
The Epic
forces
doesn't
rush
have
in
haste for some reason. I don't think that's the wiki being wrong. That's the updated version of the stats, and it doesn't have haste, which is really funny. I mean, it's obviously not really funny if you want to use it properly, because now you're stuck in a situation where the item you want to use doesn't work. That's not very funny. But, yeah. Dude, why am I not getting stacks of this attack? Chords of Fate. Oh, it's because I'm missing. My armor, or my hit chance is too low. I need more hit chance! There's a legendary version of Chronoscope here? Yeah. Everything from the old Scroll Seal Shard system now has legendary versions attached to them. Look, augments might be on sale, but I don't need, like, it's not like I need a hit chance augment. I have hit chance. I'm just a first life character without gear. I miss a lot. I mean, to be fair, the progression of going from missing a lot to never missing is kind of cool. But, yeah.
Ambush was fierce, but you've survived it handily.
That's really weird. I wonder if they can, like, go back and change that. Even the Perfected has haste. The Perfected being not a great item, but I mean, it's not that it isn't a great item. It has freedom of movement on goggles, which is kind of useful.
Which allows ships to come and go.
It's got the insightful wisdom. It's got the exceptional skills, which is not useful on a lot of characters, but it could be useful in some. I thought you said it was going to take you 1 million currency.
Your search is finally over.
Oh, that's gross. How did you get this? Oh, you bought the spell suppression base. You got Dex. Was it just straight up fossil spamming and waiting for +2 minion gems plus good stats, and you just managed to get Dex because you were lucky? Or is there a way you were deterministically getting Dex? Dog's the weakest slaughter in DDO. You wish. Have you not heard of the new dusk lenses or lenses of the dusk?
You can finally take a look at Vault's card.
Yeah, those ones are good. Oh yeah. Yeah. What's the strategy on that one?
Quest completed.
Hey Strim, hope all is going well. Been loving the YouTube content. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Entomb. I'm glad to hear you're loving the content. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back for 43 months. It's been a long time here. 43 months is a long time, but guess what? Guess what, young man? It's gonna keep going because 2023 is exciting. I'm here to stay because we can't go back in time no matter how much we wish we could. So I'm very stoked for what's coming up in the new year. I hope you are as well. Thank you for sticking with me for all this time. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad to have you here. Raise fossils, the +2 million gems, and good rolls. Use other currency with Eater of World Dominant to reroll only suffix. Oh, yeah, I forgot you could do that. You could just literally roll suffixes and prefixes on something like that. Oh, is Minion Gem a prefix?
Isabet Tremont waits for you here, atop one of Sharn's lofty towers. She can help you contact Lucien Vaughn. Isabet tells you to take the elevator up to the terrace.
Ew, snap.
Her employer wants you to pass along some information about the Stormreach beacon.
And then, yeah, you can just use an Eldritch Chaos. That's not that bad.
You enter the boarding house, an island of quiet in the hustle and bustle of the city. A genial halfling nods to you from behind the front desk. A violent explosion shattered the drink.
I want to build a real chronoscope, like informing your younger self about Bitcoin. Dude, are you straight up? Yeah. It would be cool to win the lottery, not gonna lie. You know, like, I do like the idea of working to earn all of the things in my life that I want to have. I want to work and grow and build a foundational, you build up something that is amazing and I can feel very proud of. But also, man, winning the lottery though, kind of good. Kind of good. So if I could just go back in time and, like, say I bought, like, 100 Bitcoin or something before it exploded. That would be cool. Knowing the lotto numbers a week ahead of time also would be not bad. You know, stuff like that. All these things would be kind of cool. Maybe I should have bought like $3,000 of GameStonk in August of 2020. Who knows? Not me. Oh, since there's T1? Yeah, makes sense. Oh my god, I missed so much. Dude, I can't hit her. I missed with all my stuns. Yeah, GameStonk. You know, GameStop, and there's stock. And you buy it. Make stonks. Hey man. I will self-report to being pretty cringe on the internet. It's what I do. It's what keeps you coming back. You pick suffixes in Harvest Craft? Yeah. I actually don't know what the Harvest Crafts even are, so I have to like look into Harvest Crafts because I'm just learning about some of the different forms of crafting. I just learned about Awakener crafting, so I'm working on it. Yeah, so we'll see. We're making it happen. But it's just there's so much learning. Like there's so much learning. Learning and learning and learning and building that knowledge, and your brain feels like it's going to explode because you have too much information in there. Like for my build that I've got going on right now, I have no idea how I'm going to get my stats higher in terms of getting more. I need to get more strength. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. Yeah, but like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. Craft of Exile is a cool website, but like, it's deer in headlights. Like, I see it and I get instant paralysis, and it's like I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like my brain just like starts freaking out. Plus, also, it feels like it's just one of those like programs where you need to know the hotkeys to know how to find everything. But yeah, there are many of those in rings. Yeah. For capacity, so for me, I don't have like a limited capacity where I need to delete old information to fit in new information. Some people, maybe have that problem. It just takes me time to grasp certain concepts. Like for me, I find in a lot of cases, there's usually like a mental block that happens to me, and once I get past the mental block, then I can like skyrocket. There's always like in any learning process or anything I do, there's always like a physical block. There's a wall that I need to overcome. Once I get past that wall, I like start rocketing super fast to the other side, but not until I get there.
The figure on the sky coach ahead matches the description of Lucien Vaunt. He seems unruffled by the attack.
Also doing this because there's a good chance for me to get Sharn gear, which could be good.
The beacon belongs to me now. I paid the Boromar clan good money to get it, after all.
Much cleaner without the clutter. Yeah, just delete all that information. Honestly, if you could do like a disk drive cleanup on your brain, get rid of a lot of like the more useless information, that'd be nice. Delete things I don't really need to know. Trauma. Get rid of all sorts of stuff. Just out of there. Going.
You step in the
then things would be so much nicer, so much cleaner, so much simpler.
Inquisitive calls out to you. Step inside.
Yeah. Sharn gear good? Sharn gear pretty good? I've heard from some. There we go. See what I can find out.
Pulls a switch and nods toward the back of the building. You hear the scrape of
yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll have you guys take me on a tour of Craft of Exile and get me through some of the basic crafting process. Like I said, like even something as simple as like just using the basic Awakener orb was something where I didn't understand. I think another part of it too is like lacking of just information of what actually exists out there, right? Like how exactly do you figure out? I'll give you an easy example. So imagine for a moment that you're like, man, you're playing the game and you pick up an item called the Face Breakers. The Face Breakers in Path of Exile is an item that gives you 800% more damage while you don't have a weapon in your hand. So you don't have a weapon, but you get more damage, so you can do a whole bunch of damage with your fists. So you have to scale in a specific way. So you think to yourself, cool, I want to make a cool unarmed build because I found these Face Breakers because you didn't know that was possible. The problem is, you might not also know that you could use Doriani's Fist, which is a different weapon for unarmed, or you could use Hollow Palm Technique, which is a passive skill, which is only found on a Cluster Jewel, which is even more restrictive and generally significantly better than Facebreaker. And they're all unarmed. But you don't know that on the outset because you only have the one item, the one piece of knowledge. And so I feel like DDO is also like that as well a little bit, where how, some people might not know the intricacies of how a lot of the set bonuses work and artifacts. People ask me questions all the time, what's the best way to gear their characters and how do they figure out what gear they need? I don't say complicated process, but if you don't even know about some of the items that exist, so as an example, I might say something along the lines of like, oh, for this build, maybe it's not a bad idea to go get the Chieftain. The Chieftain is a ring, comes from Mines of Tethumar, that has wisdom, quality wisdom, and I think quality will saves as well and spell resistance. It's a pretty good item. It's actually not too bad. The problem is, it is not something you would think about because it's from Mines of Tethumar, and how many people are running Mines of Tethumar? It's not really front of mind. When is it going to drop? Technically, it's already on YouTube. So I kind of should probably put it out tomorrow.
The doors to the gambling hall are wide open and its chairs are empty. Though the nearby tables are still
really
covered with food and drink.
Weird, like
the customers left in
anxiety episode about actually uploading it. So I just uploaded it, put the thumbnail in, put in the metadata, and then just sat on it and didn't do anything.
You can tell that there's more to this than meets
I'm very healthy.
The incriminating information in this ledger would fetch a pretty price on the black market.
Honestly, not a bad idea. That's what I should do. I should just like
find a crossbow bolt still lodged in the victim's side.
get somebody to walk me through the process of doing a craft so I can work my way backwards. Like the reason why I've never engaged in Harvest for Path of Exile is I literally just don't understand the value of the things. Every time I've used it, it's all use cases. You do Harvest, it says, hey, you have a chance to get like craft an item with more likelihood of crafting a certain stat. So I do Harvest. I craft an item looking for more fire stats. I get an item with no fire stats on it, and I go, okay, well, this doesn't work, and I just ignore it, and I never do it.
Revealing a small lane that burrows deeper into the heart of Cog's Gate.
Do we know if the update on the perk is? No. If I had to guess, the new perk update will be on the anniversaries, when we'll find out information about that. They'll probably do like a big live stream and be like, hey, DDO gamers, there's a new update for VIP. And it's going to be, you get 100% increased item drop rate. Named item drop rate chance if you're VIP. That's the best thing in the game. Everybody wants it. Pay to play. Let's go, dude. Can you do a favor update? Oh, you want to know how much favor I have? I have 2731 currently.
And a palm covered in slashes. Yet this time a new detail catches your eye.
Oh, so does a kill counter then? No, it's you have to kill the mysterious assassins. It's not a kill counter. Killing anything won't work. If you kill everything but the assassins, it doesn't work.
The murderer could have emptied the pawn shop, and yet only one's life was taken. Armed with your findings,
You get a smack in the mouth from the dev of your choice. I was gonna say, yeah, it's a new perk. They're gonna get Jerry to like load up into a car, so they get Cordovan, load him into like a Jeep, and he drives around America, or maybe he drives to Europe or whatever if you live there, and he gives you a swift kick in the jaw. That's your VIP bonus. It's very personal. Maybe not exactly what you want, but it works.
Zulka steps through a dimension door. his face glowing with the smug
Sure you don't
triumph
have.
of a man who thinks
You have to
he's
kill them a lot
won,
of times, just run
but
back
yet
there and
busy
keep running.
dealing with his
You
true
have to
value
at least spawn them. I know you have to
The
spawn them.
troll topples. Yet another casualty of this
Another
blood
death.
night.
Man, there's still a lot of people dying,
Now,
even though
to meet up
Hardcore
with
League is
Zelda.
basically almost over
Zelda
because it's,
shakes
you know,
her
there's only
head.
1 month left.
The weight of her brother's betrayal
A short hardcore.
settling over her like the dirt that falls from the streets from above. You've got a job to finish. Another crime scene waits for you in the alley.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to, like, clarify in case people were, you know, listening to some of the things but not listening to everything, and then they go like, oh, you have to do what?
You stoop down to search the contents of Nahrim's pack. Looks like he was fleeing for his life when the murderer got to him. More slashes on the palm. This time, you see
Boromar Trapper here, nice and dangerous. Sometimes drops a dangerous, deadly fighter to kill me. I love this giant gnome.
killer's signature. Whoever did this wasn't shy about letting people know.
They just have a gnome body, but they just make them giant. It's so funny. There's a few giant gnomes in Sharn.
Victim had worked for Vaunt.
Oath of Droam and Epic Oath of Droam for 24 hours left to pick up. I don't know if you really need the Oath of Droam, but that would be interesting.
Cleaning up loose ends. That ledger told you what you needed to know. The victims all worked for Vaunt and were killed because they knew too much of his operations.
What would be what would be an insane VIP perk that is not something you would expect? So I don't mean like obviously like quadruple XP. Like yeah, no, that would obviously be an insane perk, but that you would you know that's different. I'm talking about like what if they did something along the lines of like VIPs can trade anything. So, like if you're a VIP, you can trade any item with any other VIP. You can trade anything that's bound to character account, not for VIPs. Bind status only applies to non-VIPs. VIPs get free feed swaps. It's not really that crazy. It's pretty straight up, pretty basic. VIP teleport. Yeah, people have wanted that for a very long time actually. Double named item drop chance. Yeah, that's something that people would want. I'm talking about like what are ideas you have that would be out there of a bonus, not something that like everybody would obviously think of. DDO Classic server. Yeah, VIP is you can only play on the DDO Classic server. You can't play on any other servers. So if you try to log into like another server, the game is like, nope, sorry, you're VIP now. You must play on DDO Classic. Can PvP non-VIP in public areas? Oh, perfect. You know what? You know, sometimes you just gotta take cyberbullying to a new level to make it so that you can cyberbully people that aren't VIP. Genius. I love that. Walk around in town and people that aren't VIP have a target on their head so everyone can PvP them. Great. All server character bank. Just one bank for every server. That'd be interesting if you could have like a cross-server bank. I don't think they could do that. VIP get 4 multi-class? Bro, give me 4 multi-class for VIPs. Let's go. And I could be like a fighter, ranger, rogue, paladin. Yeah, dude. VIP. Also level 28.
But I'll keep going. I'll move on to the next crime and the next.
VIP gets runes from all quest packs. Oh god. VIPs don't need to play just business. Honestly, that would be pretty sick. Yeah, if you're a VIP, you can't do the quest. You just when you talk to the NPC, they just let you loot the chest. They give you 1 set of end rewards from it. It'd be a great idea. Untown, amazing. Load instances with NPCs for RP screenshot purposes. Oh, that's actually a really good feature. That's a great idea. VIPs get an RP camera. Crush weakness. It gives me more damage.
Wondrous city of Sharn. Captain Dranmore suggests that you head to the Adventurers Guild.
VIPs get no alignment restrictions. That would make a lot of people mad. Class levels with epic levels? Oh, shit. Get 2nd universal tree AP. VIPs get double action points. What if VIPs get double action points? Did you pay some money to the game? Congratulations. You get like 170 action points. Go crazy. Take all your trees. That's amazing. They should have a search bar to the feed selection menu. I agree. Straight up. That would be a good change. That shouldn't be for VIPs. You know what? Maybe if you're VIP, you just have a search bar everywhere. Everything has a search bar. Enhancement tree is a search bar, so there's just a little search and it'll highlight nodes that come up with whatever you type in. Actually fucking good idea. Wow.
Begins in a tavern. You're supposed to meet a disgruntled Fort employee here. He'll give you an off-the-record tour of the nearby warehouse. Victor asked you to wait for him outside. Looks like getting inside his warehouse won't be a problem.
Actually, great idea.
Victor leans
The search bar is a search bar? Yeah, so you can find it. VIPs don't have to flag. Good idea. VIP gets all class capstones. Aggressive, but I like it. Yep, I like it. To week early access to expansions and quest packs. Oh my god. Then that would just be like literally VIPs are beta testing the game. Bring back Twist of Fate for VIPs, even with active trees. I don't really understand why people want Twist of Fate so much. Characters are more powerful now and more diverse. The whole thing about Twist of Fate is like the only thing that you're missing out of Twist of Fate is because everyone took the same twist all the time. You were always taking Melted to Darkness because it gave you a bunch of defense. If you're a melee, you're always or any weapon user, you're always taking Dance of Flowers. You were always taking Martial Prowess? Martial Hymn. Like everybody always took the same things. I don't know. I just like people tell me it's a flexible system, and then I point out that they were always taking the same points every single time, and then they don't want to hear it. I'm not saying that it was a bad system. I'm just saying that it wasn't really very flexible, and we have more character power anyway, so I don't know why people are attached to it. This is not directed at you, Arenia, just me being angry. Complimentary Black Blade of Jack Gibbers. What about... I like what you're going with the Jack Gibbers blade, but I think you can be a bit more aggressive with it. If you're a VIP, you get a Black Blade of Jack Gibbers that when you die, you can stab and kill a non-VIP player in your party, and then they die, and you are then resurrected in their place. You know, we're really just hammering home on the whole pay to win aspect here. So if you're in party with somebody who's VIP and you're not, when they die, they can just like kill your character, and then you're dead instead, and then they get to come back to life. Yeah. Oh, what's that? You didn't pay for the game? Too bad. Did I already... I didn't find it, did I? No. It was right here the whole time. There it is.
According to this ledger,
is that based on the amount of DDO?
Have been moved to the office.
Amazing, I love that. That's fantastic.
You need to get in there.
Hard to know why they haven't added a search bar to the feed selection screen. My understanding is editing this is very difficult. That making any changes on this page is an uphill battle.
A more measured voice responds.
From like talking to some of the devs about it. That, like a lot of the old UI for the game, the original UI, is extremely hard to make any changes to.
An otherworldly air of confidence surrounds the handsome being, who appears to be their
VIPs can see players with no characters that have second lives on their account to help new players. That's interesting. Or that would just be for the hunting part of it. No, come back. No, stop running away. Dude, these guys are going running the marathon? What is this? This guy literally ran all the way to the bottom of the map. Trying to escape me. Escape his fate. Go long. The character displays to plan with their character before instance have to select things while leveling up. That's just a good feature. Like, they should just add that into the game. If that was a thing you could do, where like you could save a character template, and then whenever you would level up, it would just take the things you told it to take ahead of time. Basically, imagine if, like, I've said this before, if there's a way to export DDO character data directly to, like, a building piece of software, it'd be amazing.
Around for non-VIP characters without them knowing.
Victor clearly didn't think this through.
Perfect. VIPs the breadcrumb trails, that'd be cool.
He's going nowhere.
VIPs get access to an offline character creator and test hunters they keep playing during maintenance. Maybe. Like I said, I think the idea, I would love it if there was a way to do that. It's one of the things I love about, to export characters. It's one of the things I actually really appreciate about Path of Exile is you can easily export your characters. They have an API that can be pulled on by other people and other programs. So you can almost instantaneously export your character and share it with your friends, or just scroll through it and scrub for important pieces of data and information. Like if you want to examine like character features or abilities and you're not sure what the best way to go about it with your character is, you can immediately export it from the game into a builder and start poking around at what your stats that you currently have are. I think that's really cool. I would love to see something like that for DDO. But apparently, I've had spoken to some of the DDO devs, but apparently it's not easy to get the entire character to spit out a string. That can be read. Which is unfortunate, because if it was easy, that would be great. Get the pickpocket, none.
VIP can be my Pathfinder of 6 Sword Saint, 4 Instinctual Warrior, 2 Paladin, 2 Scaled Fist, 2 Vivisectionist, 1 Oracle, 1 Stigmatized Witch, 1 Arcane Enforcer, 1 Hell Knight build.
Yeah, the one that has like 80 armor class at level 6, or like level 20. Yeah, they can do that. VIPs always get access to Lamania, maybe. Parmesan. Oh man, what that would be nice. What if as a VIP, you just like, if you were VIP in DDO, then like, you know, once a month you get sent like a package, a care package to your house. You're VIP, so then you get like a care package. It's got like you know, the mixins or the fixins for a dirty kobold or a tasty ham. So it's basically a tasty ham subscription. That'd be interesting. VIP being able to reroll characters before level 5 is actually not that crazy of an idea. Like the idea of being able to just like do a hard reset on your character before 5 is kind of cool. So if you make a mistake in your early character creation, you're able to undo it whenever you want. Actually, don't hate that. That's really cool. Also, Ashul was slain, or Ashhol. I don't know what their name is. VIPs always get access to Lamania. The problem is, Lamania has all of the content on it, so then if VIPs have access to Lamania, then nobody needs to buy anything ever.
You hear the ominous hum.
He's used a different rule set. Amazing. VIPs being able to pre-roll on the hardcore server like a week ahead of time would be very cool. So if you're a VIP, you're able to log into the hardcore server like a week early. No, you couldn't do anything, but you could make your characters. Powerful pure alchemist tank build. There was never a pure alchemist tank build, but there was a tank build I saw somebody post that had 800 PRR. And it was, I think it was 15 alchemist, 4 paladin. 15 alchemist, 4 paladin, 1 something. The problem with the alchemist tank is it actually works really well. It's just really like intense because you need to be constantly spiking. You can do it, it just takes a long time because of the spiking. Because you need to use the purple spike constantly to get the extra physical resistance rating, among other things. But it's doable. Alright, so important note for Victor Debonair, you always kill him and then let him go. And why do you do that? Because then his body slides away. Poor dead body. Poor Victor Debonair, thinking he's leaving, but he's not. He's staying here forever. Ooh, a toolkit. Damn, I pulled a lot of toolkits. VIPs get free Heart of Whatever each month. That'd be interesting. It's not really like a crazy idea, though. Again, that's something that people would just want. That's something where, like, if you... I'm talking about things that people would say no to, you know? Like, VIPs get a free Heart of wood whenever they... once a month. Everybody would love that. That's great. There's no controversy. There's no spice. You know what I mean? Where's the spice? Free gold seal items, can summon them in raids. That would be mildly controversial, but doesn't have the same spice. Like I said, the idea of, like, somebody was saying... VIPs get dual wield shields? No, go away. No dual wield shields. VIP selection of next bug fix? Yeah, what if they did that? What if they made it so VIPs could choose implemented features into the game? So they did like, they would, you know, be like, these are the things that are in development. Which one comes out first? VIP decide. Like, we're supposed to get, you know, more epic destinies and more archetypes. Imagine they posted like 3 archetypes and like VIPs only can vote on which archetype comes out next.
They want to prevent you from enjoying a night on the town. Those Dusk thugs were loitering near Club Clawfoot.
VIP upgradable mounts, maybe.
Territory. Something's brewing.
Just shame someone for a day once a month like guild level.
VIPs get to moderate the forums.
Genius! Of course, VIPs, because they're important. They get to moderate the forums, that makes sense. Ban everybody. VIPs can also ban other VIPs, which is important.
Outside have set the assistant's nerves on edge. He wants you to check on Club Clawfoot's employees before
VIPs get 10 times character models. Oh, they're like 10 times the size? That'd be fun. You're just giant, and you just tower over everyone else. Yeah, what if VIP are literally just like 20% taller? So if you're a VIP, your character is just gigantic.
You notice a sign on the door.
That's just what it does. It's like how you, when you reincarnate, your character height increases by 5%. It's the exact same idea, except it's for VIP. It increases by like 60%. VIPs get more than 3 stacks of each past life. Oh man. That would have to be paired with VIPs get more than 3 stacks of each past life. But also, if you lose VIP and you have more than 3 stacks of each past life, your character's deleted. Gotta keep paying that VIP.
The employees report nothing terribly unusual. You can tell Fenwick that all is quiet.
Yeah, I don't. I am curious because Deadshot, you mentioned that you have your account banned. This is to my understanding your second account that's been banned. Like since you've started watching on this channel. So there's got to be something that you're doing because you've said that you've never done anything wrong, but there's got to be like I've never been banned and I play this game a lot. There's got to be something going on here for why your account got banned. Some people get their accounts improperly banned, or there's like things that happen. It does happen. People get improperly banned every day from every service all around the world because sometimes verification is complicated and difficult. Get account-based Reaper points. Oh, that'd be sick. Look at that. Oh yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. Use of language. Yeah. It shouldn't be a permanent suspension, depending on what use of language it was. There's some suspensions you get for specific use of language. It's also the same things that get you permanent suspensions in my channel as well. I have average size halflings and gnomes. VIPs can just have a halfling character model that's just bigger. Yeah, they're just bigger. No, VIPs can make anything a halfling or a regular size. So you want to play an Azamar, but you can play a halfling Azamar. So when you get to pick it, you pick half version, and your Azamar is half the size. Or you make a tiny little Warforged. That's actually a great idea. Man, I love that idea. Holy moly. Please, we need that for VIP. Yeah, you can make a gnome-sized purple dragon knight. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's encore.
VIPs can type the word scroll. True. Percent XP bonus for every month they're subbed. Maybe. What about not VIPs get an XP bonus for every month they're subbed? VIPs get an XP bonus that is a percentage of where they are in the chart of longest sub. Longest continuous sub. So the person who's at the top, who's been subbed for the longest continuously, gets like 100%, and then you get a bonus that is, you know, comparable to where you are towards the last one. So if you sub day 1 on VIP, you get like a 1% bonus. But then the longer you sub for, the better your bonus gets in comparison to whoever's at the top. And there's like a leaderboard for that sort of thing. Gotta add that little extra layer of awful competition. Can randomly change non-VIPs. There we go. That would be controversial. People would hate that. VIP salon for free on-the-fly redoing of hair and appearance. Actually, just a good idea. We should totally have a barbershop in DDO. They have a barbershop in Lord of the Rings where it just pulls them into the character editor and lets them edit their appearance. I wish we had one of those in DDO. You technically can, because you can buy the hairstyles and the dye, but you can't see them ahead of time, which is stupid.
Alarm triggers once again. Dusk's attack.
Just the last decades. It's actually interesting because the initial Warforged are all big, bulky like these ones, but later on, there are several different Warforged that end up getting created, such as like smaller frames and things for doing different types of work. So there's actually a lot of different sizes of Warforged. VIPs get more than one racial pass for life. Yeah. Just give I think what would be other like fun and wacky ideas? Oh, add a colorblind mode, but make it only available for VIPs. Oh, that's how they can sell the game. They can sell more copies of the game by making it so that the you know how you guys want UI scaling? Add UI scaling VIP only. Sorry, do you have like a friggin' 78-inch monitor? You can have UI scaling for $14.99 a month. Bastards. Gonna charge your phone and prep for stream. Take care, Arania. Enjoy your stream. Charge your phone. I always forget to do that. I very often forget to charge my phone because I'm not that smart. I might look smart, but that's all a ruse. Color is only available. It's like you gotta pay like for paying for a black or like a color TV. Amazing idea. Change the game so it's black and white. Somebody logs in like, why is my game black and white? Oh, you gotta pay for the color on this thing. What?
For your help in keeping her
You gotta pay for what?
Encore alive.
Oh, that'd be funny.
To do everything she can to cut ties between the Boromar clan and vaunt Arcana Technic.
VIPs get bonus for any other VIPs. I mean, they kind of already do that. That's in the game. There's actually a VIP XP bonus where you get extra XP for other people being in your party. You could buy each color separately. Oh, shit. It's like, well, I do kind of want to see green, so then all the greens show up.
Only
geez.
VIPs get patch notes.
Yeah, everyone else is just, they log in and the game is different. Yep. Great idea. Well, League of Legends, they have the chromas, right? So they have, like, you can actually buy the different, there's, like, skins you can buy, and then they also have chromas, which are just different colored versions of different skins that they also sell you. It's just straight up recolors. I actually don't mind recolors when it comes to skins, for the most part, as long as they're inexpensive. I don't really mind it. Like, some people do mind it, but, like, it's not a big deal. Whatever people use as the character model, their business model. Like how in Elder Scrolls Online, you can dye whatever you want. So you can just, like, when all the dyes, some of them are in the store, but a lot of them are just achievement based. So it'll be like, oh, do a raid on X difficulty, you unlock a dye color. Learn all these crafting recipes, get a dye color. Do all the quests in one area, get a dye color. So it's pretty cool and straightforward. So I think that something like that would be, you know, obviously I don't know how hard that is to implement in a video game or in a setting. Probably very difficult, considering most games don't have that feature, because a lot of times they have to have an artist do it. But something like chromas and League of Legends, I don't really mind on a conceptual level. Get down in the middle of the screen? Oh, maybe. And VIPs are limited in resolution. There we go. Why am I taking away your VIP rolls? Because you've rolled too many times. You got a Divine from Tujin? Nice. I actually haven't pulled a Divine in like 2 days. I can feel my It's like I get tense. I've just been spending and spending and spending, and I haven't made any money.
I'd prefer that you do your house cleaning when I am
Like literally, my new character, I spent 40 or 45 divines on it. And I haven't made any money at all with it. I've run tons of content, just haven't made any money. VIPs can play for longer than 10 hours a week. Oh, good.
Calibration issue.
Only VIPs can use a mouse. Yeah, non-VIPs are keyboard only.
Take Isabel outside. We will adjourn to the yacht.
If you actually have a mouse plugged in your computer, if you try to log in DDO as a non-VIP, it sends a surge through your computer and fries your graphics card.
And the darkness around you erupts with a choir of menacing responses.
I want free to play in the party. Ah, perfect. Exclusion.
The old man produces a bow from somewhere. Giggling shapes descend from above.
It would be kind of interesting. Wait, non-VIPs only get text-only mode. It would be kind of interesting if there was a set of emotes that were specific to VIP. Like, let's say, like a dance or other move that you could only do if you're a VIP.
But they're surely not the last. Vaunt doesn't go in for half measure.
We don't have emotes as a cosmetic you can purchase. If that was a purchasable cosmetic, and is what I mean.
Reminds me of my days in the last war, but with more chest pain.
You can download the mob textures, maybe. I'm pretty sure that's just like in the game file, so.
All non-VIPs get a black line that runs off center and diagonally across their screen that can be removed if they sub.
You'll need to clear the way, so
It's just a free-to-play. Could you imagine if there was just a free-to-play watermark somewhere on the screen? It would be like DDO free-to-play and it was non-removable. Just an absolutely huge, like, fuck off watermark right in the middle of the screen. Yeah, these are not good ideas. These are just now we're just shitting on non-VIPs, which I'm in favor of, you know. There's that clip of me. So anyway, we got that clip. Someone bring up that clip. Paulie, where's that clip? 3 coins at 4 players? Yeah, exactly.
a strange-looking goblin glides up above the bridge.
I have that on Guild Wars 1. If you bought the class edition, you have dance 2 glasses. There you go.
On his source land.
There it is.
The
Yeah,
goblin
that's a clip.
shouts abuse at his gnoll escort.
Tangible, precious, radish, appa.
Out of your Fleabag gnolls. I told you
Sounds
that
like
going
me.
approach wasn't gonna work. I'm gonna go beat the hook on my plan.
But I'm not a VIP yet. Oh yeah, absolutely. Important note: I don't think that SSG should like make the game harder for free-to-play
VIPs
players.
get
If anything,
to
they should do it the
skip
other way around.
business.
But you know, as somebody who is not an elitist, it's fun to play the character of being an elitist every once in a while. Also, this quest is way better on hard difficulty by yourself. Because the monsters have so little hit points, they just get them away. Look at that, look how fast they die. It's just so easy. Who's that? It's Swordman. VIP to ask for a refund of unfinished content? I think you can just ask for refunds. I'm pretty sure you can get refunds.
I'll watch your back. A swarm of bats clouds the street before you.
I'm like pretty sure.
Metal glints on their
Like
bodies.
you can refund some of the purchases. I like the expansion purchases anyway, like Isle of Dread and stuff. Admittedly, I haven't ever needed to refund anything with SSG, so I don't know, but refunding products is a thing that people do, so. Where are the bats? Oh good, the bomb bats are AFK. Come here, bomb bats. Got him. Odds, what a circus! Plays in a VIP, joins a quest that says, I'm a VIP. It just jumps up and just tells you I'm a VIP. Amazing. Forms to say Strim is the most elitist person in the game and also the worst casual player in the game. True. Yeah. I've been called an elitist on the forums many times. I mean, is it my job to disprove somebody? No, it isn't. Burden of proof, motherfuckers. If I'm an elitist, just show me being an elitist. It should be easy. I'm a huge elitist, apparently. So yeah, just find the video where I'm totally being an elitist. That isn't satire. The problem is, if you say that, then people will be like, but look, there's a clip where you say you don't like poor people. That's true. That is a clip.
Boxes give max XP.
Honestly, also something that should just do. That just should be a feature in the game.
VIP's server instances are population capped for no lag, and non-VIPs are crammed into the old Atari.
Yep. Population caps on the VIP servers, so that way there's no lag. And yeah, all the non-VIPs, sorry, they can only fit you on the servers they used to run Dark Age of Camelot back in the day. EverQuest 1 servers is what you get, so keep that in mind.
VIP available home server deliveries.
Home servers, amazing. They just ship one directly to your house. Why not? Then you never have to worry about like lag on the game or like having to connect to the general DDO player base. You want to play solo all the time? Set up your own server at home. Easy peasy. See, the problem with you, with your suggestion, Spike Sparrow, is that VIP is no longer a chest ransack is a good idea. That's a great idea. Right, like that's honestly just a great idea. But having VIP only in-game vendors is a terrible idea, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those ideas that are spicy and interesting and weird, and have like something where you're like, that's interesting, but something else where you go, what the hell? What are you writing? Oh man, but yeah. So they're getting rid of the VIP benefit, the daily gold roll. I don't exactly know what they're going to be replacing it with. Many people have asked. I don't know. I hope it's something good, and I really hope it's not nothing. It does make me wonder though, since they didn't know what they were going to do. I wonder how the VIP has affected it. Okay, I'm gonna put up a poll. I know there's not a lot of people in here in comparison, like how many people will be answering the poll, but just bear with me. I am just curious. Manage poll. I'll put this up here. Did daily gold rolls...
Strim is an elitist because he still hasn't reviewed my definitely super serious R10 soloing True Tempest Storm Singer Ranger. This toxicity among the do elite has to stop. Strim wait. Every morning Crodovan has to say the names of all VIPs on stream like how you say the names of subs.
Okay, this is a question. Please answer the poll. If you're somebody who became VIP this year, did the daily gold rolls affect your decision to go VIP, or did they not affect your decision to go VIP? As in, would you have gone VIP even if the daily gold rolls weren't a thing? So, did they affect your decision? Yes. Or did it not affect your decision? No. Also, I don't know why I haven't reviewed that. I should probably do that. Also, Rosa was slain level 29? No, dude. Yeah, so it's, again, it's one of those things where I am just curious, because I imagine that is the answer more than anything else. People are wondering, what are they going to replace it with? If they ended up making it so that VIP gold rolls were a thing, and they didn't notice a significant increase in their subscriber count, or even any increase in their subscriber count, really, because too many people just were benefited, like it was the same numbers, like that wasn't turning the needle, then maybe they might need to do something else. Or maybe they're just going to drop it all together and just get rid of the VIP gold rolls and not sink more money into the game, into that. Whatever, dude. The typing is hard. Affect and effect are different words, and I don't know the difference between the two of them. Please take your time and do it at your leisure. Oh, no, it is something to complain about, by the way. That's the easiest way to get me to do something. If I've forgotten to do it, just complain. Just kick and scream. I mean, to be fair, you gave me your Onigoroshi. And by gave me, I mean you gave it to Cruiser, who then gave it to me, and then I gave you a divine for it. Where is it? Hold on. Who did I give it to? No, I gave it to somebody. Man, I don't remember. I know I gave it to somebody. I can't remember. Best packs, so just keep VIP. Oh, you have it? Ah, okay, there you go.
And some nice payback on the side.
Oni is proof? Yeah.
I'm ready for you, so come on over.
I have construction source slowly drifts up. Isabet's body lies upon the sled, completely still. The goblin is nowhere to be seen.
Okay, let's go. Kill Urk. Kill Urk, please. He teleports, and where does he teleport to? Right here. Thank you, Urk. I'm back. I can't be knocked down by this guy, so I don't care. I'm just chasing him around. I hate having low DPS for this fight, because it means he just keeps teleporting repeatedly. Hey, my hireling found him. What? I've never seen that happen. The hireling just straight up knew where to go and just ran right to him. And did he just do 2 bomb runs in a row? Yeah, he did. Urk, come back. Come back. Zing. Zing. Fuck. Okay. Great. I hate that. I don't know where he is, though. So I'll just stay here until eventually he shows up to shoot me. There he is. Woo.
Now that you have time to catch your
Knows VIP all year. Yep. Is there an option for I kept VIP for gold roll? No, it's basically like, is that a reason why you went VIP? Like, basically, to sum it up, are you VIP because of gold roll, yes or no? Been your favorite characters to run, including both leveling and endgame? Is Warlock still up there? Yeah, Warlock's still there. I love Warlock. Fighter's actually been really fun. The only downside to Fighter is that because I'm playing solo for some reason, and I'm also not using any items that I've already farmed from other characters, it's taking a much longer time than I want it to. I am very tempted that when I get to 29 to dip into some of the level 29 gear that I already have in my bank, so it'll go way faster, but purity of run. I must not do it, but it takes so goddamn long to level the first time solo on a melee. It's not just because I have like a sword and shield. Even if I was using a two-hander, it would still take a long time.
The goblin stands at the platform edge, an odd yet strangely familiar blade piercing his torso.
Remember this? Jack Jibber's blade.
A little is worth soloing past like level 4 or 5. Oh yeah, like if you can play in a group, just play in a group. If you can ever find a group, that's why I just recommend just check. Look, do you see a group? Yes or no? Then jump in if there's a group you want to jump in. What is the DDO Discord? The DDO Discord is a server that you can go to play DDO with other people. Go to DDO. Play server DDO. Dungeons and Dragons. 5 magical and physical resistance rating. 5 armor class, 10 melee range power, and 1 strength. Damn, that's a lot of stats. Marshal him, man. Grab gear, never open the inventory again so nobody knows. Honestly, not the worst idea I've ever heard. Alright, let's go. How do I find a solo-friendly guild on Arganessen? Oh, you want to look for Blue Light, or Order of the Emerald Claw, or Tycoons of Tomorrow, or Barbarians Guild, or... There's more than that, I just can't think of them off the top of my head, but those are the first 4 that I thought of. Just message anyone in any of those guilds and say, hi, can I join your guild? And then somebody will send you an invite, and then that's it. You get guild ship, you get everything you want, you're all set.
The entrance is blocked.
And they play one tune and really cheers and a reason to get VIP. Yeah, also makes sense. 100%. Because, like, for me, I actually don't really care about the gold rolls, if I'm being honest. Like, it doesn't... The daily gold roll has no impact on whether I am VIP or not. Or, like, not no impact, but it's very small compared to what I get for being VIP. What I get for being VIP is I have access to all the content, so I don't actually worry about buying things. Because I hate when somebody goes, hey, guys, do you want to do this quest? And then I would have to say, oh, I actually can't do that one because I don't own that quest pack. Big sad. I don't want to deal with that problem. So by being a VIP, I don't have to deal with that problem. I just get to have access to all the content and all the things. Plus, you also get to move a little faster in town, and you move a little faster on a horse, which is also nice. Thought it was weekly. For the entire year 2022, it's been daily. They said they wanted to make daily gold roll, or the VIP, a more higher value experience. And so to do so, they made the gold rolls daily for the rest of the year while they were trying to figure out as like an interim solution to making it more valuable. So if you didn't know that, you've been missing it out. Chris, I already answered your question. Next time you ask me a question, don't take your headphones and eat them with some delicious barbecue sauce and then walk away. I've been using headphones. Well, that's why you can't hear me. Guys just sitting there like staring at the computer, being like, man, this live stream is super good. And it's like in complete dead silence. And then, streamer, why aren't you responding? Why aren't you responding? And there's just like no sound coming out of the computer. Fucking the stream sucks. This guy sucks. Anyway, yeah, the DDO Discord is just the unofficial Discord. It's just the largest Discord for Dungeons & Dragons Online players to talk about Dungeons & Dragons Online. I don't... depending on the day, there's more or less Dungeons & Dragons Online that gets talked about. If you would like to join the DDO Discord, you can. If you want to join the DDO Discord, you can join using this link. It's .com/DDO. Also, read the rules page. Just read the whole welcome page. It won't take you that long. Just read it. It's gonna save you a lot of time. Then I have to deal with, like, banning your ass from the server. Because, confusingly, I am a moderator, so... But yeah, then I'll do that. Maybe like confusingly? Yeah, it is confusing. But yeah, and then some people, you know, depending on time of day and things like that, you'll get engagement from lots of people on subjects.
You don't moderate to Discord anyway, so you won't be banning any asses.
Yeah, that's true, but also, you know what? I could go out of my way to specifically ban people. Improperly. An improper ban is still a ban, okay? And you have to whine and complain and twist and turn until eventually you get unbanned. But at that point, it's already been like a week, and the conversation you were feverishly engaged in is already over. You were discussing who's the most interesting character from the Sonic franchise in one of the off-topic channels, and you missed out on the whole conversation. So you come back and you try to post about it, and now they're trying to figure out who has the most interesting details on their shin armor in the video game Gears of War. And you're like, well, I missed the whole conversation I was interested in. Right.
This door is securely sealed from the other side.
Can't ban me, I boost the Discord. That's probably true. I mean, I'm sure I can ban you. Also could ask people to boost my Discord. I just haven't done that. Admittedly, I'm very hands-off on
A
it.
small card by the door reads Huslov Nova, store manager. The door is securely locked.
What I probably should do is actually assign some moderators of my Discord.
Unlock the door using the key to the manager's office.
Oh, and then run the thing like a real Discord. I'm also lazy. I'm very fortunate that for the most part, I think it's because I've tried my best to cultivate an audience of, where the general understanding of compassion, trying to understand each other, trying to be helpful. The people on my Discord are very helpful and very kind and very nice most of the time.
The radiant
I really don't have to do any moderating in general, which is very convenient. That's the goal. I'm doing quest a small problem. I never want to do that quest again. I don't hate a small problem. It can be quite long, especially if you don't know how to do it, especially if you don't have two people. If you do it solo, you have to fight your way past all of the tieflings and stuff on the way up to the air shrine. Whereas if you do it with two people, you can have one person go back to Brawn Pits and wait to hand in the fire pit, while the other person does the entire climb up to the air elemental. Then they talk to Brawn Pits, and then because you've already done the climb, you don't have to fight anything. You're all automatically there at the end, and you just immediately go and just talk to the air elemental and then jump down. And it's done! Does Discord require a headset or a microphone? The program itself is a multi-communication platform, so if you go into a voice channel, you do, but it's also a text platform, which is convenient. So what I use Discord 99% of the time for just text chat. It's also very difficult to moderate voice channels anyway, because I don't know what's actually being said in a voice channel. In text, there's footprints. So if you decide to write something into the text, I can go, oh, you said this thing, which means I can track you and ban you for saying this thing.
What was that about headphones? The IRS just barged in and tried to arrest me for embezzlement, but using the 6 survival skills Strim has taught me with this fighter-harbored life, I was able to cleave down the agents with my subpar gear. After I finished them off, however, I was begging, and needed to carb up. Sadly, the only delish things near me were my headphones and a 750ml bottle of barbecue sauce.
Yeah, don't you hate it when you gotta carb up and all you got are headphones? I'm surprised that you didn't eat the agents, but that would also make sense. There's not a lot of carbs on the agents. It's a lot of protein. So that makes sense.
You have a sense that you're
Really funny. Anyway, but no, Discord does not require a headset. Like I said, I use it mostly for text chat. Also, important note, if you delete something if you write something and delete it, I can see all your messages. Because I am the moderator, or as I have myself labeled in there as Overlord, I am Overlord Strim. As a result of being Overlord Strim, I can see everything. So if you write something and then delete it, or you write something and edit it, I can see the things before they were edited, and I can see the things that you deleted. So if you think you can't get in trouble because you deleted stuff, you don't get in trouble because you deleted stuff. Not how that works. Or you can't avoid it because you deleted things. So completed your battle pass for Conan Exiles. Starting to have my doubts about this whole battle pass stuff for that game. Why? What specifically gave you doubts about the battle pass? The only battle pass that I have really dug into is the Destiny battle pass and the Lord of the Rings battle pass. The Lord of the Rings Online. The Destiny battle pass is pretty good. And realistically, when you get around to 100 on the battle pass, it's when you get bored of the game. So I think they did a pretty good job with that battle pass. In terms of not just the rewards that you get, but also how long it takes to do. The Lord of the Rings one is very easy to complete, and still needs a lot of work to get done. Are the headphones lithium powered? Gain powers from new lithium added to your body? I don't think you gain powers. I think lithium's just a carcinogen. It's probably not a carcinogen, but it is highly reactive. Because depending on how the lithium is held together, if you have too much of it inside your body, lithium reacts explosively with water. So, yeah, I don't know. Exactly. You can post a message on Discord, then edit it, and the original message is lost. There you go. Where are you, lady? Uses an antidepressant? Maybe it is. There she is. Hello.
Hey Strim, it's me, totally 100% cruiser. Ban me from the DDO Discord, you won't.
You think I won't? Of course I'll do it. Hold on, give me a second here. Hold on. Alright, it's done. We're good. Banned. Glad to be of service. I have to stream shadow because he's spooky. This is I'm Dark Strimtom. Okay.
You find yourself
Usually cheese got done in a few sittings at 60 levels worth of XP. Interesting, yeah. Well, it also depends on if you rush through it. So that's the other thing too. So the Lord of the Rings Online Battle Pass that they added, if you're a savvy person, you could get it done in an afternoon. So it was really, really easy to get done because they made it. The game doesn't have a scaling sense of XP, so the lower level you are, the less XP you need to finish the battle pass, and the higher level you are, the more XP you need to finish the battle pass. So what you do is when the new battle pass comes out, you just go to a low level character, and then automatically complete the battle pass, and then go to your higher level character and you have all the rewards.
I have crippling FOMO from when you banned Cruiser and not me. Can you let me in on that action?
Yeah, no problem.
Is lithium an antidepressant because it explodes in water and then explodes parts of your brain?
I hope so. The lighting, I don't know how streamers function with lights blaring in their eyes. Honestly, it's crazy. Important note, I can have way more light here without it being blaring in my eyes, but yes, it is a complicated problem, the whole lighting issue, because, yeah, if you have never seen it, I basically have, like, these really bright lights that are usually shining directly into my eye sockets, and they don't feel great. Coding according to type battle pass is the only ones worth buying ammo. It rewards you with points to buy the next one for free, assuming you max it out through gameplay. Max out is the same thing I bought it when the first came out, and this is the second one you don't need to buy it. Interesting. I guess it just means that, you know, the battle pass, really the only paying customers for the battle pass are the people that don't finish it every week but are playing with their friends, which is another reason why the with friends model needs to be really important for them, because they need people to want to join in. Because, like, give me an example. I remember when Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out, I originally didn't buy it. The only reason I bought it is because, like, dude, everybody I knew was playing it. I would talk to a friend of mine, they'd be like, yo, we're just playing the new Call of Duty. I'm like, oh. And then all the people I knew were playing it, so then I ended up buying the thing and then playing it a whole bunch. Then I bought one of the battle passes, and I never finished it. Then I didn't play it for 3 months. Then a friend was like, a bunch of my friends were still playing it, so I bought the next battle pass, and then that was it. But so, like, you know, when you don't finish it, it's a prime target for extra buys. Battle pass for DDO when? Honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea conceptually, because earning XP is what you do in this game all the time. The only issue I have with the DDO battle pass is what the hell do you put on it? Like, serious question, what do you put on a DDO battle pass? Been banned due to identity theft shitpost? Maybe. I don't know who, if you guys have or haven't noticed this, I did ban both Cruiser and Horse from something. They just don't know what. They'll figure it out eventually. Oh, simple stunning roll of 1! Free me! Free me. Oh, wait, I can free me. I forgot that second wind breaks stuns. Oh, very convenient. That's platinum. We need more platinum. Mm-hmm. What's battle pass? Is it like a sub? No, it's basically like something extra that for play gives you more rewards. So, as an example, in like an easy way to compare it is it would be like an extra menu that has like 100 levels on it. Let's just say, for example, you know how you level up in game? Imagine there's another menu like this, and it had like 100 levels on it. And every time you get any XP on any character you play, the pass is like account wide, and it slowly would increment as you do stuff, and then it gives you rewards every few levels. And the rewards are, again, very generic. So it might be something along the lines of like, you know, every level you get, you know, maybe like an XP stone, like a 10,000 XP stone or something like that, or like an item that gives you like 5% of your XP needed to your next level, so it doesn't matter what level you are, you can use it and it gives you a bonus. And then like every 10 levels there's like a cosmetic or like some unique
Level
thing
1
on it.
battle pass,
But you have to buy it.
box. Level 2 battle pass, Otto's box. Level 3 battle pass, get this, another Otto's box.
Cast implosion. Shit. This guy's immune because I can't hit him in the water. I've never had this problem before. He's aggroed on Thora. I guess I gotta wait for Arethia to kill him. I can't get Arethia to use implosion either. Maybe I can if I put her on passive. No, she won't use implosion. Interesting. Alright. Do this. Yeah, admittedly, I've never had this happen before. Yeah, he climbed out of the water. Arethia got aggro. Beautiful.
That's all of them, at least for today. We need to keep moving.
Oh, I could have used a throwing weapon, true.
If you want to talk to Evan,
I would have been taking forever. That was faster. Yeah, that'd be good. I could take a bunch of autos boxes for a battle pass. Yeah, it's just an auxiliary system. Sure, when did you transition from doing quests on Elite to Hard? When the quest started saying Legendary on them. So, Legendary Ravenloft I did on Hard, and Legendary Sharn I'm doing on Hard. But everything else I do on Elite. So later on I'm going to have to go finish off the Stormhorns. And the Stormhorns, because it's not Legendary, I'll go back to doing Epic Elite. I'm just getting to 29 first. Before I go do Stormhorns.
You arrive at the world-renowned Coronath, a temple dedicated to the god of wealth, located in the pulsing heart of Sharn.
World-renowned
The
Coronath.
main temple has just closed its doors for the evening. You wonder why Kol Karan's high priest wants to meet with you after hours. An imposing man dressed in a noble's finery.
Like
beckons
seasonal
you from
events
the
on
main
RuneScape.
courtyard.
Sure.
The high
I don't
priest
know.
gestures to the east.
Take the sky coach at the
How would
end
they
of the
differ?
long course.
Because
It will deliver you
so
to your
an XP
destination.
potion gives you experience. A Slayer potion gives you Slayer extra Slayers. Guild Renown gives you Guild Renown. Treasure gives you Treasure. A Battle Pass doesn't do or do like is literally none of those things. It's a different system.
Forest of towers comprises the Middle Memphis district. To your surprise, Von Sedura Warehouse
That's why.
is a drab and unremarkable structure. The entrance is unguarded, so you slip inside.
I am actually surprised by how many people are unfamiliar with the Battle Pass system, considering how many video games have adopted it at this point. But
Intruders! Activate the alarm
yeah,
spells.
it's not like experience points. It's not the same thing.
Pulling the ornate
It doesn't
body
replace
from
anything. It
the
is an addition to.
center.
It is always an addition to.
You've uncovered a secret passage.
Grateful ED and Universal ED points and Battle Passes would be nice. Yeah, you're never ever going to get that. But you can think about it. Dead bodies in boxes for 5 minutes is a good gameplay survival, surely. Oh yeah, it's great gameplay. Like, you have to understand, I'm sure that there probably are situations where you're playing Tarkov and something cool happens. I haven't seen those situations, but I'm sure they do happen at some point. Maybe one in every 20 years. It never happens. Almost every game is just like you hide, pick up loot, and then you leave. Yep. Yeah, like I said, I don't hate the concept behind the video game. Just didn't look like it was that exciting. I much prefer the implementation in Dark and Darker.
A large group of guards has formed ranks in front of the tower's lower doors.
Like having monsters in the game is so smart. I imagine that game would be dramatically worse if it didn't have monsters in it.
Pushing open the doors and just a wave of hot air.
Oh, actually, you know what? I just realized, hey Cruiser, I know you're wearing a hat currently because your job is specifically to edit and update the emotes on that we use here, and that is your job. You don't get paid for it, but if you miss a day of work, there will be sanctions, so just keep that in mind. Also, I'm going to give you a second job, which is to let me know when Dark and Darker comes back, because I'm not going to pay attention to it, but you will pay attention to it. So if you could do that, that'd be great. Yeah, because I'm not going to keep track of that nonsense. I don't have the mental fortitude. Yeah, so then we can lose again. And by lose, I mean win almost every game. Just get out and stay out if it's not a nice place. Also, great question.
Sabotaging the equipment in here should disable the whole facility.
Invite Cluster Jewel 15 people message with some less than 10 minutes posted. I mean, yeah. Cluster Jewels can be expensive too, depending on your cost.
Acrid smoke pours from the sabotaged equipment.
Oh, I still did finish leveling my character. I need to get to at least 98.
The last piece of equipment in the main manufactory sputters and stalls.
You know, getting sniped out of bounds by a sniper? There you go. Wait, what jewel are you buying? What base? I might have one. I have a lot of stuff.
Rupturous heat and concussive force tear through the building as the main manufacturing.
Also, I'm running Abyss, so if you need Abyss jewels, let me know.
A gnome roars at you as you enter the room. My wonderful equipment!
Because I do like having my item level 88 Abyss jewels. And then selling them for big monies. Check. Alright, sounds good. I don't have one of those. If you really want to finish gearing your Frozen Legion Ascendant. Frozen Legion. I have been playing on Ruthless, and my Templar uses Frozen Legion. Very, very good skill. It's cool. The problem is, on Ruthless, you don't get any support gems, so Frozen Legion loses some power there, but it is what it is. It's just a nice bit of burst damage to do on the side. Someday I'll get a Herald of Purity gem. And eventually drop Frozen Legion, but it's just nice to have because I have it. Gotcha! And something good. I was hoping for, like, you know, maybe Hammer Fist, something else. Important note, there's a 16% drop rate out of items on hard. So, or for named items on hard difficulty. So out of here, how many named items have I gotten here? I have 3 alch? No, it's okay. Don't worry about that. Save your alchs. I'll get it. I pulled nothing. Well, the 16% chance, that's not that unlikely. 16% chance in 10 quests. You know, there's still pretty good odds you're not going to get any items, so. And unfortunately for me, all of the items in Reach for the Sky I can't use. So when I presumably pull one right here, I will be very upsetty spaghetti. You get no boss? Yeah. I killed Amanu, I think. Amamanu or whatever it is. It's pretty fun. You know what I got from him on my first kill? Pretty good.
And if you do it right, no one will be able to
Pretty gold. I got Bubonic plague. The boots. They're not helpful for anyone. Later we die to a sniper. That's very funny. Nothing good. Yeah, I'm just running Abyss because it's I need XP. And you get the thing where Abysses are a level 87. The Abyssal Depths, so you get more XP when you do them, and I just fully clear them. Yeah, I don't even understand why that jewel is so good. That everyone's farming for. I'm just doing it because I want the XP. I'm trying to get this character up to level 98. I'm going to be doing a lot of those and a lot of empowered reach stones. Empowered reach stones. Reminder, there's a trick here. You can just slide off of this and boom, it puts you up here. You're all set. On each of your minions. Wait, is that like just the only way to get damage over time multiplier? Basically then? Oh, the technician's in here. It's cool. Man, hard mode makes these quests so much easier. Like, the teeth are just gone from these things. Usually you would have the expectation that there's like a fight in every room, but on hard mode, not even close. This is one of the reasons why I'm running the legendary content on hard. The XP is not bad. Like, you know, getting 80,000 XP from this quest, pretty good. And you can get some items that are kind of useful ahead of time, but at the very least I'm getting a lot of materials. Let's go over here. Also, if you fall, you get put in jail, so don't fall, because it's very bad for you. As part of hard mode, no Reapers. Also, no Reapers. Yeah, true.
Tomorrow will be truly beautiful.
Important note, it's very difficult to do Epic Elite, especially at this level, depending on your character. I was doing Epic Elite on my my tank build, because that character can do anything, really, because it's all of its damage comes from maximizing power, so you don't really need to have anything else. But it's very heavily dependent on your build. So don't have the expectation that you're going to be able to do like Legendary Elite right away when you get to level 29, especially if you don't have gear lined up. If you have some gear lined up, it can be a lot easier, but if you have no gear, it's like much more difficult. Borderline impossible, actually, is what I would say. If you have a group, it's not too bad. Hardcore League, it's a little sketchy, because on Hardcore League, you have to be mindful of just the thought that your character could die whenever you do something, and that's always sketchy.
Will now demonstrate. Lucy mutters to Vaughn. Boss, there's a situation backstage.
Get the Guardian. He's dodging. Shadow of Maybar. Look at the dodge on this guy. He's got the moves, man. I actually don't know what his dodge chance is. Alright, he's dead. Now, I don't have Dimension Door, so I'm actually just running. Usually you would cast Dimension Door from here, but I don't have it, so I'm just going to run out. It's not going to take that long.
With a cry of anguish on his lips. He died as he lived. Spectacularly.
Kill this guy. The Forge Rates also can be quite scary if you're playing on the lower difficulties or if you have no magic resistance rating. So or higher difficulties, or if you have no magic resistance rating. So keep that in mind. Magic resistance rating is very important to your success. So make sure you have magic resistance rating on the higher difficulties. These guys will hurt you. They have several abilities that have no saving throw on them. So just be careful. Is there a Shadow of Maybar? They never turned them off. I don't know if they didn't turn them off on the other servers, but on Hardcore League, they still spawn everywhere. I actually haven't logged into the regular servers in like a month. When Hardcore comes out, I pretty much just exclusively play Hardcore until it's over. Everyone, please. Please. Missed Maybar again, didn't I? Yeah, you missed Maybar too as well, yeah. They redid Maybar for an entire week, so people could get in and get it. If you did not get it, then yeah, you missed it. It's okay. The Maybar will be around next week. Or it could be like this year, where they did the extra challenge, or whatever it was. An extra challenge. Or where they did Spooky Summer, where they added Maybar during the summertime for people. I don't exactly know why they did that, but they did. Play a Tempest Ranger next build? I do like Tempest Ranger, but should I? I don't know. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Tempest. I have wanted to try Imbue with Tempest, using like the Arcane Archer Imbue damage plus the Tempest Imbue plus Tempest and meleeing people for lots of Imbue damage, but we'll see. We'll see. A Tempest build? Oh, yeah, like a Stormsinger, who uses the Stormsinger powers to imbue their own weapon so then they can attack targets. It's like, what a wacky idea. And completely mine. My original idea. I thought of it first here. You heard it here first, and you heard it here from me. It's my original idea, and I'm not stealing it from anyone. Ha 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 ha. Poll? I'm not doing a poll yet. You guys underestimate how long it's going to take for this character to get up to the level cap. There's a good chance I just give up at 30 because at this point no one's really learning anything about how to play the game because it's just grind. It's just time consuming. But I'm going. And after this I gotta get some more water. I need water. Got him. Go. $109,000 XP, and Mudrun was slain. I got an artifact! So I pulled no items, but I got an artifact. Cool. Very fun. Which build do you think would be least successful in Hardcore League? Great question. What build is least successful in Hardcore League? I would have said Fighter. Fighter's pretty good. I would say Sorcerer is very hit or miss. This would be heavily dependent on your ability to play a Sorcerer. Not because Sorcerer is bad in any capacity, but it's easy to be a bad Sorcerer if you don't know what you're doing, you don't control mana management, or you get too cocky and you get killed by something. So that can also be a part of it.